Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The first game of the day is about to start. We've got Astralis versus OG, and someone's going to have to try and qualify for that Royal Arena. You see the atmosphere, and it's a unique experience. It's going to be great. Odds are kind of almost even. Jason, how are you feeling on this fine Saturday morning?
I'm great. I started my day with a double espresso latte, so I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Astralis better be fired up. They got a long day today. They got a lot going on. They got a lot on their minds. They got a lot on their shoulders. They better forget all about it heading into this game because they need to focus up right here. Obviously wanting to avoid having to try and get into the last chance qualifier coming tomorrow if they were to drop down and lose this. And they've obviously got a major qualifying match coming up later today against the Roosters, who beat them in the third qualifier. Yeah,
big day for Astralis in a lot of different ways, you could say. They're going to be starting on the CT side with OG on the T side. So let's just see what happens. OG have looked like a great team. Everyone's surprised. It's been a really wonderful trip for them so far. Let's see if they can take down Astralis. They're rushing the B-bomb side already. And Flames with the opening to drop. Farley gets a nice start. Sip getting overwhelmed as well. But the duelie's back here on Blamef doing some work. He hasn't bothered to reload yet. He doesn't need to. 3 quick headshots. And that should win the round. Next back here, probably horrified at what's happening on that scoreboard. Blamef looking for the quad. It's going to be stolen by Glaive, but they're ready.
All right, yeah, they are ready. Whatever it takes. Look, maybe Blamef is the duelie's messiah we've needed all along. I don't think I've ever seen this out of him with the double pistol. This is a beautiful sequence, extremely accurate turning around as well, and he's getting wrapped upon 1-0. Blamef saving the day.
That's what you like to see.
Especially considering he's been the rock. He's been the one consistent factor of this team since this kind of roster came together, since its inception. So, I mean, you obviously want to see him starting out the day very well.
What are these shenanigans here?
I don't like them.
Little circus act going on.
Maybe they can jump on the bridge.
Now, that would be something.
That'd be cool.
Find like an entirely hidden path that no one's ever discovered before.
Yeah.
No, I think they're just faffing about, aren't they?
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I think they're just wasting some time over here in T-Spawn.
They're wasting my time, Jason.
They're wasting our time, and that is the true travesty.
It's a real disgrace. Anyway, probably just, taking a moment. Also, just, Astralis happy about that pistol win. Give them a little bit of room to cool down. Not that I think it's going to be, but...
ice the kicker.
Yeah, just take it easy a little bit. What a day for Astralis it could be, or it could be the exact opposite. It's a little bit too soon to tell, I suppose. But you're right. Blamef has kind of been the rock of the team, which is weird given the legacy of people like Sip and Glaive, and even to some extent Config, even though, inconsistency has been something that's been trailing his career in some sense, but still.
And he always felt like kind of like the prince of Danish Counter-Strike, right? That was like, that was always positioned, that we always knew that was fated to join this Astralis roster at one point, and now that we have it, we ain't liking what we see. So it's kind of a weird scenario to be in. He's certainly got to have a step up today. All of them do. If they want to qualify for the major, obviously. If they want to qualify for the fall finals.
Now, see, when you said Prince, you mean royalty. But I, for a minute, thought about the low-cut, like, open, I don't know, blazers.
Okay, you're thinking the artist formerly known as Prince type thing.
Yeah, great, too. It's great. What an honor, but still,
The player formerly known as
That's where my
Config.
brain went.
Yeah, of course
I had a whole... Config Purple Rain mix in my brain.
Yeah, low-cut shirt on Config. That's what you had in your head. Wonderful.
Who doesn't?
Well, Flames had a wonderful day yesterday. He's going to start out here in the first gun round with a kill around the smoke. That is the aforementioned Config.
Speaking of artists, he really is working the middle in an extreme way from both sides. He's going to do the same thing on the CT side when they get there. But what a luxury to have someone that can open up so many rounds like this. All right.
I can't believe he didn't press all the way. He was halfway through that smoke and called it off, although I guess that's the smarter decision. You get yourself in a 4-on-2 and deleted.
Goodbye.
All right, Blamef.
What a shot.
Yeah.
1 versus 4. If he's in the right position, maybe the HE will get him on 1 versus 3 on Flames. If that's possible, you need a little bit of luck to try and win rounds like these. That would be at least a start, but now he's kind of moved pretty far away from it. Smoke's going up, and he might even hear that and just say, all right, that's it. Like, there's no point.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Out of position. You're right. Maybe spam through the smoke, maybe get a nade on the planter, Molotov to slow things down. Could have had some luck, but things would have had to have gone perfectly. Going to save the M4. Next round should be another buy from the Astralis team, and OG's going to be on the board early.
For those of you who missed it yesterday, when OG were playing on Inferno, Flames had on their T side maybe 3, 4, maybe even 5 rounds or something where he opened up with double kills to enter the B-bomb side, where it was so crazy. And
then switching over to the CT side, he was good for a double kill every time they attacked either bomb site. He was there. He was the saving grace. Without Flames, they likely don't beat FaZe yesterday. That's another element to this. Who picked Astralis? How do you work out an Astralis pick after you just watch OG beat FaZe?
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to ask some of those people. I felt pretty decent about this OG pick, but it's not unfair to say either that we have seen out of Astralis some interesting games every once in a while. I mean, obviously the fact that they haven't qualified for the major is a big problem, but in Cologne they look like a tough team. They made it further than I was expecting. So they're not can't just write them off either. It's a weird...
Yeah, but as the body of work as a whole, that Cologne run felt like an overachievement.
Yeah, it did. I agree. So maybe you're nostalgic for that. You're thinking this is it. Like, they could do it. By the way, speaking of Ancient and Flames and how well he's been playing, and Blameth with a little bit of a start here, Config's one of those players on Ancient that usually does super well. So maybe that is something that could bring Astralis an actual win on the map here. They need him to be at a high level. Because once he reaches that, there are not many players in the world that can stop him, really, which is, it's so much fun to watch. Probably one of my favorite players to sort of, you know, cover in any match. Glaive was going to get one kill there with a 5-7, but good use of the Molotov and just a slow pace here from OG to make sure that they don't run into any kind of madness. Yeah, not any kind of crazy overcommitment to run into that 5-7 that was boosted up from Glaive. He's 5-2 so far in these first 4 rounds. Shouldn't be a whole lot of danger. Blameth is going to prioritize the M4. Xyp9x might just try and get a weapon on the exits. But this is going to be the scoreboard all tied up at 2 when all is said and done. Yeah, that's a fair point to make. Config, you know, despite his struggles, this has been like maybe the one map where he seems to feel the most confident and comfortable as an individual. So let's see if that has an impact on today's game. And like you said, going up against Flames in middle, going to be a tough affair. Yeah, it definitely will be. His aggression is so wild, and you know it's coming. I mean, they've obviously been watching the demos. It's not like they're going to be surprised by what Flames is doing, but hard to stop. Even his first gun round where he gets the opening kill in middle as well was the exact same thing he kind of did yesterday against FaZe. You kind of turn left and hide in the smoke for a second, follow up flashbang, and then you kind of swing around the corner. So we'll see if Config and the rest of Astralis is going to be prepared to neutralize and slow that down. AKs. AWP on Dexter. That is another obvious super weapon for the side of OG. We've seen in the past some games where Farlig actually has done an enormous amount of work. I can't remember which game. There was one recently where he was top fragging and carrying the team for a long stretch there, Farlig. But up against Dexter, it's hard to pick Farlig over Dexter the way that he's been having an impact on the game. So might be worse. Nice Molotov to force Dexter forward. Almost getting the kill right there. That is so scary. But Dexter sticking around. Is he just trying to no-scope him? Oh, and he's going to get what he came for. That's great. A little bit of a return for Config, so it's still a 4-on-4, but he's so aggressive. I love this. I love this. Keep moving forward, baby. Go for more. This is when Dexter gets to be his most exciting, when he's on the hunt. He's going to be smoked off and neutralized for the moment. Counter smoke as well. Some spam coming into the boards, and Dexter's going to back away in the stalemate. Still, most of OG is lined up towards this B bomb site. Look at Glaive's push outside of A. He's really starting to shrink the map. 3 defenders passively set up for Astralis at B. They're going to be there to buy time, harass, and cause problems as Glaive's flank comes in. And what a smoke down on that B ramp to give Glaive even more time and probably put a lot of pressure onto OG. That's the last smoke and last grenade they have at all in the B bomb site, so still, when it fades, either Glaive needs to kind of be close enough to help out, or they need some really great shots, because on the OG side, they have still some nades left. They have a smoke and a Molotov and plenty of flashbangs. Yeah, but Astralis is going to be really happy with the knowledge that it's coming to this bomb site, right? Glaive has all the information for him. He's covering middle. He's covering the long route back through T-spawn towards the A site. Now he's going to start going on a big flank with 22 seconds left on the clock. Here comes Fiku. Utility being spent. OG moving up into the site. Spam not connecting through the smoke whatsoever. A little bit there onto Fiku. Config's got one. The trades, but Glaive is so close. Yeah, he ran the whole way just knowing that they weren't ever going to hear him. That's great. And he's already on the ramp. There's no way they know. Nice shot there to take down Fiku, and Farlig's going to be dropping next and next. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. The information worth way more to Astralis. Dexter here smoked out, and that AWP might not be worth losing to this. Going to try for it, but he was already low on health and gets wallbanged down by Farlig. So there we go. Astralis early to shut down OG. Good move. Yeah, really nice move. Round 1 by Glaive, you have to say. Definitely. That information is huge. This is a good opening kill from Dexter. Traps Blameth along the wall. But then in the retake, after the bomb goes down, that flank from Glaive makes it so difficult for OG to handle anything. So 1 round up for Astralis. Game face is on today. Yeah, surviving that round is absolutely huge. Means they get the AWP on Farlig as well, so maybe we can get some Dexter versus Farlig AWP. That could be fun. A little battle going on. Blameth very aggressive, pushing all the way out of that Jaguar tunnel, but they're right. They're coming through at the same time. Good timing between those two. Neo frag to pick up the kill, and it's a 4-on-5. They could find Config. He's on a weird island here.
Yeah, he is. Flames looks like he wants to go for the hunt. At some point up over the top, it's Nexa. So much pressure put on Config. Takes a rough fight. Glaive, he's going to stick around. He wants to find the equalizer. I can't believe he continues to go back, and the nade's going to clean him up. He really wanted to turn that into a 3-on-3. And now Astralis has some decisions to make. AWP in the hands of Farlick. Xyp9x as well over towards the B bomb site. Everyone's going to be smoked off, and they're going to call the save right out of the gates. 3-3.
That escape plan for Config there. I could understand why he doesn't want to stick around. I mean, that's possibly even more risky.
Yeah.
But when he tried to run back, one of the issues is that Glaive is behind him in middle, but Glaive only had a smoke. He had no flashbangs. I bet you if Glaive had a flashbang, they could have helped Config escape in a completely different way, right? It would have been way harder. Maybe even just turned it around to a kill, but the lack of flashes on anyone there kind of made that mid situation kind of sticky. So, unfortunate. But a good win for OG, tying it up already.
Yeah, really good win. Really grinding battle in middle for control, and once they get that, it's all over. So 2 weapons saved. Farlick and Xyp9x will both be able to drop some rifles over to teammates. I imagine we'll see another buy for rifles for the Astralis side of things. Fist bumps all around.
I like it. Still just makes me happy.
Yeah?
It's like
simple pleasures for a simple man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a kind of ASMR that I didn't even know existed. But like hearing like
bumps?
a really good, but it's not even, it's like a really good slap, like a really good, you know.
Okay.
It's very sound.
Yeah.
Can we get that in slow motion? Can production give us that? Like the sound in slow motion too? I feel like I could. I feel like it'd be good.
All right, we'll wait for the perfect Dexter high five. We'll call it out. All right, here we go. I like this. We've seen this before.
That's extreme.
Yeah, but look at the way he's got to manage the way he moves on top as the third player blinds it as well. Hasn't seen anything just yet. And how long do they want to keep this stack up? This is a lot of resources in one place. Here's the opportunity, and he's got it. Well done. Well done from Astralis to get themselves a 5-on-4, almost given back up. Little crack in that box gave away the information. Blame F down to 34 HP. Mid is open. Mid is taken over.
Yeah, because you knew there were going to be 3 people up there, so at least you can try to get the space. If you have people in position, you could try and take some other part of the map quickly before they start to rotate out. But they're at the A bomb site once again. They kind of see it coming, so pretty good read from Astralis here as well to start to move over this way. And I don't think this can work, right? It's very tricky. At least Glaive is a little bit further away now, but they got to be real carefully OG.
I'm surprised that they actually smoked off this donut tunnel, considering they had the rotation to take advantage of any kind of push towards the A bomb site from middle. Config is, yeah, you ride or die on that play. There's no plan B. Glaive going to start pushing and flanking around donut, but Dexter is waiting with the AWP. There's the timing, there's the kill. OG, so patient, and everyone being deleted. Astralis was in the perfect position, and OG negates everything. I think that smoke was maybe their undoing.
Could have been, yeah. And also, it feels like it might even be hard to blame Astralis for losing the round the way that they did, because they had the aggressive push out of A with Glaive earlier, and it worked. So that might also give them sort of a sense of, you know what, if we hit the timing right, we flank them through donut, it could work out. But you're right, they did slow it down, and OG were like, all right, since we're slowed down anyway, let's see if you're actually going to be aggressive. And they were. So perhaps a little bit confusing.
Not sure what the plan is for Xyp9x, but he's going to get shot from behind. Neofrag finds him 4-3, and that's the money taken away out of the hands of Astralis.
He was just enjoying those candles in there.
The new candles, the buffed candles. They're a little bit brighter.
People forget about that a lot.
People do forget about that.
But you're right. You a candlelight type person? You like light a little candlelight night? Do some late evening reading, maybe?
I do enjoy candles, I guess, as much as one can enjoy candles.
Yeah?
They're a bit of a pain in the ass to get going, though, you know?
I don't know. That's never been... That sounds like one of those, like, TV infomercial things, like, where someone's, like, trying to light a candle, but they light the curtains on fire instead, and that's why you need, like, some product to help you.
I've never had those issues.
All right.
Just the idea that you have to, like, you know, go by candlelight. You got to light a lot of candles for that.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of setup, it feels, and cleanup, for that matter.
Yeah. Okay.
But it is fun putting melted wax on your fingertips.
That's actually, yeah, even as a grown-up, that never gets boring.
Never gets boring.
Nice.
4 of the last 5 rounds won by OG. Out of the timeout here, huge advantage against pistols. Dexter 5-3, Flames is 6-4 to lead the way for OG's attack. And a lot of aggression from from the low-buy defense of Astralis is getting shredded, ripped apart by some taps from Fiku. Add in 2 kills on Degster, and it's all over.
Fiku is one of these people on the OG team that I had almost, I think, zero knowledge of before seeing. But I knew his name, but I'd know if someone were to wake me up in the middle of the night and say, tell me a little bit about, this guy, I'd be like, I'm not actually sure. And he's been consistently, I think, putting up really good games.
Yeah, I had the same kind of sensation. I casted this OG roster pre-Degster with Neofrag and Fiku coming in at their inaugural show match out in Lisbon. They did a small event there right before Dallas. And even then, I was just kind of like, well, this will be a good way to get a first glimpse of these guys.
Yeah, just interesting sometimes how people can come from not that much fame.
And that was when all the conversation from Nexa was just, remember, that was like when the big quote came out that he was like, look, we need to get grinders in this team. We need to get people who just want to play Counter-Strike and just want to frag out and just want to grind the game. And they're looking very comfortable with these additions. And you add Degster into everything, and they've become a pretty dangerous team, as we witnessed yesterday in the series win over FaZe.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about. Maybe something that a lot of people who don't maybe play at a really high level will ever experience. But having, nice, that little boost there. Such a cool addition to the way that this played out. With the changes to the B-bomb side, it's a little bit easier to do because you've got more coverage on the other side. So it's pretty nice. But if you have even one person on the team who is, only willing to put in 80% of the time and the other are all at, close to 100, that can create a huge imbalance in the team, right? So if everyone mentally is all on the same page for OG and they just want to keep working at it, that's great.
Back to the A-bomb side again. Astralis lost the round last time they got a 5-on-4 advantage. That was from the triple boost with Farlig's AWP towards the B-bomb site. They'd lost Nexa in that affair. Now they lose Degster, but OG looking to recover again. 20 seconds on the clock. Farlig's going to start moving into position. He's grabbed one. He gets away as well. 15 seconds now on the clock. And OG, they're stopped cold. Flames trying to cut off rotations. The rest of his teammates have to create the opportunity, have to get the bomb planted. But now he's gone down. 2-on-5 in the post plant. And Astralis, this should be a win. The question is how many numbers are going to get cut down? And it might not be anything. Good grab from Config. There goes Nexa from behind. And all 5 players survive for the Danes.
Yeah, well done. Not losing anybody. That's a huge victory. Also, in the end here, when they're actually close to the bomb site, when they run it to Farlig, I think they had maybe one smoke. They had one smoke basically by the time he takes the shot. If they had a lot more, if they had smokes and molotovs, they could have cleared way more of a way to get there. They maybe wouldn't even have to face the AWP to begin with. They could have had, 3 versus 5 after plant or something like that, but they just didn't have the utility on the T side at all. So a little bit unfortunate. Cost them, some more players even getting to the bomb site.
Yeah, cost them the round at the end of the day. Timeout taken. Fixing a microphone. Closer to the mouth, young man. Farlig's got it.
Yeah. Just get it as close as you can. There's no,
Put it about a fist away from your face.
I think that's, for broadcasting purposes, right? But some of these players, I don't know, I guess there's always like a volume difference, right? How much people project their voice, but if someone's like a quiet talker, they're just whispering in your ear, like, there's people at the B-bomb site. That's not going to work.
No, that doesn't work. I mean, that's like one of the unspoken factors of in-game communication as well, right? Is not only what you're saying, but the urgency you're putting it into.
Yeah.
And if you're just like whispering the whole time, there's no urgency in that.
Although the other end of the scale could be horrific too. If someone's like yelling like, "They're B, they're," and you come there and it's like 3 people. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you're like, wait, you were lying.
Not all B at all. Hopefully they can figure it out ASAP and we can get back into it. Got a lot of Counter-Strike coming up today. I'm excited for it. Obviously, it's the first best of 3. We got 2 more coming up throughout the day. So I think that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Want to see Liquid make it through? I've been.
Yeah, you've joined me on the Liquid train.
Yeah.
Liquid taking on Heroic as the next series of the day, and to end things, our 3rd best of 3. Is going to be, why can't I find it? NAVI taking on Vitality.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to be a real nice banger for everyone to tune into. Simple's back.
Simple is back. We'll see if that's going to make the difference. Although in that game yesterday, Spinks was out of control. So.
Yeah, he went a bit wild, didn't he? That addition for Vitality looks like it's paying off real well, real early.
Yeah.
5-on-3 for Astralis. Some good aggression in middle, some good aggression from Glaive outside of the A-bomb site. And this is, I mean, I think in the last 3 rounds, Astralis has been able to get, or excuse me, I should say 3 of the last 4 rounds. One of them was an eco from Astralis. Astralis has been able to get the opening kill.
Nice little shot there to take down Flames. So 3 openings, none of them returned by OG. And this is a big problem. Money for Astralis is not yet that crazy, but with a round like this, if they win this one flawlessly, it will be very fast.
Back-to-back flawless rounds is going to be real nice for Astralis. I don't think they're going to want to hunt a whole lot right now. Nice thing for OG is they went on a bit of a run themselves, a bit of a clean run themselves, and look at the bank they've got built up. Dexter with 6,200, Nexa with 2,900, Fiku's dead with 6,300 as well, so it's all there. Good opening kill from Config, good push from Glaive as the Molotov clears. Fiku even waiting for it, but couldn't get the clean fight, and this one right here really sealed the round. Yeah, you don't like that. 5-5.
Technically, he activated all the facial muscles that you need to smile, but it wasn't a smile.
It definitely wasn't a smile.
This happens. Yeah, not great when that happens. I always feel like it could be maybe a little bit upsetting if you run around like this and whatever plan you had, you don't even get to execute it. You're like, oh, we don't even know if it worked or not because we just, you know, we didn't even get to that part.
Yeah.
But good stuff.
Really good stuff.
All quiet on both camps, really. You could feel that it's a match that started out close enough that no one's feeling really celebratory yet. No one's feeling like, yeah, this is it, we're winning.
A little bit of tension.
Yeah.
Well, Blame F, remember, had that triple kill in the pistol round with the dualies. He's at 4 kills right now. So in the past, 10 rounds, he's only had, or 9 rounds, I guess, he's only had 1 kill. Config pressured heavily. The only one here. No one to slow down that push from everyone. Now it's Glaive. One and done position from him. Wasn't able to double up on a neofrag. There's the smoke down. Zipix lines it up, gets one through the smoke to bring it into a 3-on-3. A doable scenario. And Dexter's got a deep angle in towards Ruins.
That's a very, very important smoke right there to try and block him off. Flames is going to be picking up Sip, and the bomb is still not planted here.
That's a very important kill from Flames.
Oh my god, yes it is. But unfortunately, he forced the Molotov. Finally able to put it down, so still a 2-on-2. I was going to say, if they would have had the bomb plant immediately, they had so many nades left on the OG side, but now they're slowly getting whittled away and also losing players. Blame have to take down Dexter. It's Fiku on his own with a minute left, though, but he's about to get shot in the back. Finally, just waiting for him at the off angle. And that looked like the whole start of this, the way that Flames was hunting Config in the middle. He heard him running. He knew the fight that he was going to have, and the way that they traded Glaive, that's a great setup to win a round if you're OG, but it didn't work out that way.
No, but I mean, everyone from Astralis just does a really good job of just chipping away at this attack. This kill from Zipix to bring it into a 3v3, coming through the smoke to make it a 2-on-2. Blame F gets obviously very lucky through the smoke to bring it into a 2-on-1, but just slowly but surely, Astralis chipping away the OG forces. They're up by 1 round. Config's in middle with an AWP. He wants nothing to do with that duel from Flames moving forward, and OG's going to head in a different direction. All of them lining up outside of the B-bomb site.
Could be an aggressive play. They don't have that much utility. They have some Galils in play here. Maybe you just try and go for it. Yeah, that's an nade.
That's an orc nade.
Nice reference. When is that game mode coming back? I want my life leeching AWP or AK. Oh, Sip. Nice spray. Crossfire with Glaive as well, and they get absolutely mauled coming up the B ramp.
Yeah, that smoke was almost like, it was almost like a trap. It was like the OG players saw it coming and were just like, we can beat this. We can get ahead of it, and then it blooms a little bit deeper than they would like, and no clean fights coming through on the other side. Defense for Astralis has really started to hit lockdown mode. 2-on-3.
Yeah, it is. No bomb plant, finally with a couple of clean AWP shots at the end. And they're starting to look really fresh right now on the... I mean, again, it's so crazy because if they ended up losing this match, or if they just came off like really weak at the start here, Astralis, you've got to think that's also going to impact them later on, right? They've got to qualify for the major at some point, so you want the momentum to keep rolling all throughout the day if you're Astralis.
Yeah, you at least want to go into that match at bare minimum with the positive atmosphere of coming off of a victory.
Yeah, you got to. Timeout and...
Braga being verbal.
Yeah, I was going to say a chance now for OG to start to get themselves back into the mix of things a little bit more. And they need to. They've given up some... unfortunate rounds.
This happened yesterday against FaZe, though. Remember, they had like a pretty okay start, and I think actually not really that okay. I think they went up 2-0, and then it was 7 in a row for FaZe on the CT side, and then they were able to grab like the final 6 rounds of the half to actually take a lead. So I mean, there was a little bit of a drought yesterday as well against FaZe. Here again, they're going to have to find the solution in the waning moments of this half. Half by Armor and Tech 9s, light on utility.
Oh, flashbang right through, but he actually gives it up and maybe heard the footsteps just a bit. They're so low because they ran through the Molotov, so 2 of them were almost already dead by the time they make that Jaguar tunnel. 3 versus 4 now, and Dexter is practically out of the round. I like the attempt at the speed change there, but the nades for Astralis outside of the B-bomb side have been really powerful. Hard to shut it down. Glaive is having himself a good game. He's up to 12. Farlig is there at 11.
I was just going to say that. Normally, you'd think on this map that Blame F and Config are kind of the guys you'd look to, but Farlig's been solid with the op, and Glaive's had some very, very timely, aggressive pushes to get kills and to find information. He's had good impact on this game so far. No reason for Fiku not to duel.
Yeah, he might as well.
And, I mean, they even left the bomb all the way back outside the B-bomb site. They're not even thinking round win. At this point, they're thinking kills. There's a good shot from Fiku. Timing on this flank could be amazing, but Xyp9x is peering up towards the stairs. So I don't know if Dexter realizes how boxed in he actually is.
Yeah, definitely did, but still gets a kill. That's interesting. Another headshot. Oh, 30 seconds. He could probably make it there to pick up the bomb, but is he going to go and hunt Config instead? Config started to make a little bit of a move. He moves too quick. Oh, this could be huge. Fiku, oh, what a headshot. And they're going to win the round. They weren't even playing to really win it. They were just playing to do some damage.
That was a 2-on-4?
Yeah.
With a Deagle and a 9 HP player. That is so unreasonable. This shot started it out. That was disgusting, but you think that might be it. Dexter gets 1 kill on timing, but it's all Fiku.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't think they know what to say. Those are the high fives that we want in slow motion.
Yeah.
That's the slow motion audio.
Good slap.
Yeah, do you really want a fist bump after that round? I don't know.
Probably not.
Nah, it's not feeling good. That's crazy. Those are the rounds you have to win if you're going to qualify for the major.
Why are you being a dick? Because it's just funny, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Man, what a shocking turn of events, because I mean, honestly, too, I don't think even OG were thinking this is like a winnable round. I think the bomb was outside of B. Fiku was out with the Eagle just having a good time. Dexter was hanging around the middle, and eventually, they find themselves in a one-on-one.
Yeah, at that point, they're just like, you know what, let's just get a couple of kills. We're obviously probably not going to win this round, but then they end up just hitting some bangers. What a round from Fiku. Flames calls off the mid play. He was in position, as we've seen him enjoy it. Flashbang over. There is an AWP in mid. That's Config. Or excuse me, that's Farlig. He's sticking around. He wants to challenge. Missed the shot. He's done.
Yeah, can't really afford to do that. Glaive, a little bit of a lineup here. Maybe could have had the 1 kill. But it is another good double opening for Flames. Going to be taken down next to Config. He is completely surrounded. I don't know how quick he would have had to have been to win that fight against Fiku, but that would have given him a way out at the very least. Bomb is going to be planted quick this time, and OG are going to be tying up the scoreline, 7-7. There's not much Astralis can do about it, and especially look at the weapons. They have to save the 2 M4s here.
Yep, exactly. They have to prioritize the weapons for the final round. It's basically all they've got. I wonder, I feel like if I'm OG, I might actually go on a little bit of a hunt here. See if you can take some of these guns away. Even though your money's not all that impressive going into the final round, if you can take one of these M4s out of their hands.
Yeah, at least 2 of them could probably justify it, right? You could try and throw something in there. Doesn't seem like they're going to do that, but no. But yeah, they could have. It would have been really painful for Astralis if they had lost anything else.
Wow, $2,000 on their players as well after this round. No chance of getting away after that shot. Farlig was being very aggressive. Same with Config. This position from Glaive probably should have had at least 1, and who knows what you get from there, but even Config in a one-and-done position as well. So both oppers not able to build anything off the initial shot.
You've got to think, even if Glaive just gets the 1 kill, even if he gets traded, he buys time for Config with the op to get into either a safe position or an aggressive position to try and revenge a kill on Glaive, right? So, yeah, sometimes just buying 1 or 2 more seconds could have a big impact. Round number 15. And Flames, yeah, he's not fully committing to it like he sometimes does, but he does get flashed through to take a peek, and when he doesn't see anyone, he's like, all right, cool. We'll wait and we'll recommit again. They're running him down.
This reaction from OG has been happening throughout this half, right? Whenever they're noticing like pressure and bodies over at the B bomb site, they're taking mid very, very quickly and attacking towards Donut, and it's been really successful a number of times. Yeah,
what a aggressive style that they're bringing in. Astralis have committed almost 4 people to the A bomb site. Blame F in middle. Sip was actually outside the Jaguar tunnel looking into the middle and probably called it out that a fair few people made their way into Donut. So I guess the Astralis have a decent read. But they're going to lose config early on here. And Dexter slowly creeping in. AWP at this range definitely going to have the advantage. But gets beat by the MP9, and that's a massive double. I didn't even know where that comes from. Blame F with 1 more. And just like that, 3 versus 5 into a 1 versus 3. Nexa on his own with 40 seconds. That's an odd victory there for especially Glaive with the MP9. I don't know how he wins that fight. Nice little pick off there for Nexa. Going to be finding Sip, still 30 seconds. And he's got a huge health advantage.
Yeah, but if he can get the bomb, maybe that changes things. But he knows the op is in this A main. He swings. That's a good kill. That's a great kill. Looking for Blame F next. 20 seconds on the clock. Bomb's in front of him. Doesn't see anything with the jump. There's the peak. Nexa takes damage. 12 seconds.
Yeah, and he realizes it might be a teammate that called it out for him there, saying, well, we know where he is. Ooh, but he fakes the bomb, and now Blame F is going to be right on top of him, and he doesn't know. He has no way to know exactly where Blame F is. He's already out, but he gets the aim back, and it's Nexa clutching a 1 versus 3 to win the final round of the half. What an amazing play that was. That's going to get them fired up into the second half, which is happening right after this.
I think my first thoughts when CSGO came out, it was
CSGO would never become a real game. And
why not? I just taking shots right out of the gate. We've made it 10 years of CSGO since its release, and obviously a lot to talk about over the years, over the decade that it's been with us. Let's get the first thoughts from you guys on CSGO's release, you know, back in the beta days.
I think my first thoughts when CSGO came out, it was I've been 1.6 for a long time, and I played the earlier version of 1.6. It just felt way better. Obviously, coming from 1.6, where there was never an update in the end. It was how it is, nothing changed. Whatever you did in the game was still the same. You tried to figure out new small moves.
My first thoughts when the game came out, played 1.6. Personally, I played it for fun with my friends, that's it. When the game got introduced and when it came out, I wasn't necessarily too hyped about it, but I did try it out.
I actually think I was reliving what happened when Source came out. So I'm like one of these die-hard 1.6 people. Yeah. And when Source came out, I tried it for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I'm never playing this game. This is stupid. I'm leaving. I'm back to 1.6.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
It was 2014, and basically every 1.6 Israeli player was playing still 1.6, and no one moved to CSGO. And I was coming to my brother with I had no credit card, nothing. And I come up to him, yo, let's buy CSGO, let's play this game. It looks so much better than CS. And in my idea, I was like, finally a game that I could be better than him at.
I was like at a boarding school in Denmark when everything was like starting to be released and stuff like this. So I saw some videos, I saw that show match they played.
Oh yeah, like the mixture of like all the old school American,
yeah,
European stuff.
Exactly, and I heard the comments afterwards and the famous Sonic tweet or whatever it was with that CSGO would never become a real game and stuff like this.
Aged like a fine milk.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the first map was released was Dust, which already to me was a huge warning sign. No one's playing Dust. Why are they releasing it as like the test map? It had
the
fog and particles and cars that were on fire.
I remember feeling like just playing against bots, like just to get a feel for the weapons.
Oh, holding me right now.
Temple one.
Do you have any mates?
The
Nice.
temple.
Dead. Wait a bit now.
Bomb.
Yeah, we know. Fuck it. Wait a bit, Fico. They are holding you and me, I think. I will go play.
I'm picking,
So-
normal.
Oh,
no, no.
I'll kill him. Wait. Don't CC open, do not open. Do not open last. Promise this one towards me.
Nice! Let's go! Bro. Nice, boys. Good save.
The legendary quote.
I know. Yeah, shut up about the bomb. We know.
Oh, that's great. What a win that was. They turned it around, OG. They come up with 8 rounds in the first half after almost slipping that first half away from them. I mean, they were losing control quickly. It's a very even match, obviously, so anything can still happen. Astralis looking to claim something back here on the T side. Pistol round is coming up. Flames in the middle, as he always is, but he's going to get out-dueled by Glaive with a Glock, so that's interesting. Dexter decided to back off, a little bit worried maybe. They're close to the B-bomb side in the middle, but still, timing is everything.
Yeah, but the defense is going to need to get a little bit of a stop at the bomb site itself. There's a good start from Neo. Okay, that's perfect. That's everything they needed. I was going to say, you need to get some kind of kills to take the attention away from this presence in mid, from this flank. Xyp9x is never going to expect another player, but he still gets the kill. It don't matter. Neofrag comes from behind. What a round. What a pair of high fives.
He's so fired up. It's amazing. But you're right. They actually saw Dexter run away and escape, and they tagged him, so they knew, all right, we're going to hunt him down. You're not expecting for a second player to be there. And Neofrag, these 2 kills, but then also the presence to kind of push forward and be there in the perfect time to find a kill.
Ooh, yeah, don't let him get away. Yeah, man, that does hurt. Jesus, calm it down.
No, dial it up.
Someone needs to have a conversation. That's my shooting hand.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Keep the hype that level. I like it.
Oh, Flames loves this. Love this all day. 4 kills. That's a lot of bonus money racked up.
Yeah. Making some money. That's really nice.
Someone needs to interview Fico and be like, dude, do you need like a padded glove?
Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe he could bring like you know, like the ooh. He could bring like the maybe he brings like a mannequin arm to like push out.
Yeah, just hold up like, a fake arm every single time.
Just to get a little bit of relief.
I never thought I'd be analyzing high fives in my life, but here we are. Deep nades, deep utility. Neofrag gonna get an angle. Farlake burning is gonna have to step back into safety. Nexa's pushed up into the A staging area. Aggression down middle from Flames and Dexter, although one's taken down by Config through the smoke. That's a bit harsh. And still delay tactics towards the B-bomb site.
Yeah, even a man down, though, with this really forward position for Nexa, they're still kind of an interesting position. Maybe they can keep this lean towards the B-bomb side. Obviously, very vulnerable in middle if anything happens, but if Astralis try to slink back to the A-bomb side, splitting it through the A hallways, then probably there could be some trickery coming out there from Nexa.
Do they have anything? They don't have a flashbang for this whatsoever. It looks like they almost want to cross to meet up in middle as Config starts to clear it out. There's a double setup here. Jump up. Neofrag going to dodge the Molotov. Wants to be the bait. Wants to stay in the open. He's got the bomb dropped. Gets the dink as well onto Blame F, who's going to be an easy cleanup for Dexter. We're back into a 3v3. Dexter can actually just kind of fall away. And look at this is the timing for Nexa. This is the perfect moment because Config's attention is elsewhere.
Yeah, and it has to be. There's 30 seconds. They don't even have the bomb picked up right now, so they have to be looking somewhere else. Ooh, man, don't recommit to it. Just wait. You've got so much time that's working with you now. 20 seconds here, and it's all on Astralis trying to do something, anything really. And Glaive now 1 versus 3 with 15 seconds. Just not doable. Maybe a miracle if he could save the AK, but still seems like he's moving forward, and I'm not sure if that's even a good idea. 5 seconds here, and he's going to run into Dexter. It's a win for OG, and they're on a really nice path at the moment.
Yeah, a really good one. This defense is starting out very, very strong. What a good round from Neofrag. The kill and the dink follow-up. The 1-2 punch. Never expected Dexter to be hiding in the corner still. Good adjustment, good rotation into the position. Flank from Nexa, absolutely perfect. Even managing the sketchiness of the SMG at that range.
Yeah, but you could almost argue even shooting him once the leg that's already mission accomplished.
And then peeking with the flashbang as well, yeah, is just brutal all the way around. Flame's blind, it doesn't matter. He's just gonna run and gun with no vision. He's gonna get the second kill as well, nice and easy. He's just gaming.
How does he tracked him so well? Even flashed. He's like, his crosshairs is on him the whole time. He's up to 17 again, so currently top fragging in the server. Those are the kind of kills that I think that just tilt a veteran. Yeah. Like, come on. There's just like, what is this idiot doing? Why is he getting flashed and still winning? Why is that not working anymore? I come from an era of Counter-Strike where, you know, people have the courtesy of dying when they get flashed. But yep. Not these Zoomers. Not these Zoomers. They don't believe in it. Nice kills from Glaive. He's got 7 HP, 1v3. Should be impossible, but you never know with timing. And does he want to save the weapon, or is he just waiting? It's a nice spot. Little waterfall back here, you know? Yeah. You might as well, if you're Glaive, go and just try and get a plant. You have a losing bonus built up. You're buying in the next round. One more kill would be nice. Obviously, the plant would be excellent. Whenever I see a little water garden like that, I always think mosquitoes. A lot of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes suck. Do you guys have mosquitoes here in Denmark? Yeah. Okay. It's not like any kind of like water or anything. I just think like, no, it's not worth the mosquitoes, is it? It's not a good idea. Yeah. It does look pretty, but... Next is going to be taking down Glaive at the end. Not the mosquitoes. And they're on a straight trajectory to a map win here, OG. Yeah, it's looking real solid. What, this is 4 now in a row to start out the second half? Yep. Astralis yet to find a solution. They've had some decent openings. They've done a decent job, just not able to really close the gap in any meaningful way. No, they are starting to... Just letting go of some very, very important rounds. And you have to think now back to that ridiculous 2-on-4 with the Deagle and Dexter low on health in the first half. Suddenly, those kind of rounds really matter a lot. They'd love to have that back. AKs and the AWP on Farley, so nice weapon to open something up with. Especially because, I mean, in 20 seconds, and there's quite a few nades that have been used already from the OG side. If they use too many, it gives more space for Farley to do his work a little later on. He can do more work with the AWP. Really patient from Astralis this round. They didn't want to deal with any of the early engagements. Config now making his move in middle. Blame F and Zip taking over control of Jaguar. There we go. Pleasing the Twitter crowd. Oh! That is sick. Oh, pre-fired that one for sure. What a payoff. Got to check close though, and he will. Crouching into the fight against Flames, ready for more. It's a triple opening. There he is. Blame F winning the round, no problem. Yeah, but you can't really replicate that, can you? Just a triple kill from Blame F, just walking forward and never slowing down. So 8th round for Astralis, but they still haven't figured anything out. Still, if you're Astralis, you're obviously going to take that round every day of the week. Money's going to build up, get some breathing room. And actually, it's going to put, not this round, but next round, that economy for OG going to start getting a little tight as they rebuy after this loss comes in. I spent one evening at 3 a.m., something like that, thinking about, you know, I guess night. What is it? What, if anything, is the difference? Like, if you're Glaive, like, if you're Blame F in that moment, right? What's the difference between, let's say, having the perfect knowledge? Like, let's say he can read the future and he knows that someone's going to be there, and so he steps into the shot and takes it, and because he has, you know, read the future. What's the difference between that and just making the assumption and just doing it? Like, the outcome is exactly, it looks like that's what's happening, basically. So if you have the confidence for it, you can... Is there a point to this thought exercise that you have going on, or are you just... I'm just saying that he's imagining a world. For all intensive purposes, he's time traveling. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Might be like a really short time, like only 3 seconds. Well, it's also, I mean, it's not like you're giving up a whole lot of information with presence in Jaguar, right? Like, no. Everyone knows you're going to be there at some point. Doesn't really give away the game in any sense. So just going for that pre-fire doesn't really sacrifice a whole lot. Just going for it. Obviously, there it comes out on the good end. It's a beautiful shot. It was a beautiful shot. Premonition or not.
12-8.
You don't know that he's not reading the future.
True. That's a good point.
4-round gap.
Although if you did know how to read the future, you think you'd be doing a little bit better than 8 to 12, you know?
Yeah, but you can't. You have to slow play it. Like you have to sandbag your way through that. Like otherwise you're gonna know. So.
Okay. So you're trying to hide this gift.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
No.
All right. All right.
I'd let everyone know.
Straight winning every lottery from here on out. Oh.
I wouldn't even feel bad. Good headshot from Zipix. I'll just sit there with my $700 million and cry myself to sleep. Fiku's going to step up to the plate next. But Zip and Glaive are tucked into the little alcove.
Yeah, what a dangerous move. Although Nexer is on the other side here, which makes it very, very interesting.
All three players from OG gambling towards this side of the map as well.
They could win this round so quickly.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially if Dexter had a flashbang back there, it'd be beautiful. Because he could have flashed Fiku into the fight, but guess not. A couple of steps being made. That's, yeah. Don't want to be making footsteps, I think, at that point in time. Glaive definitely ready for it, and I think that takes a lot of the chances away now. Maybe Dexter can still find some magic, but they do have nades to try and get rid of him. They can flash him and smoke him and Molotov him out of that position, so...
One shot, though, from Dexter can take the attention away from Nexa. Now, what this kind of situation might actually force is Dexter to push through a smoke or be aggressive or overexpose himself. And Nexa can have some stopping power right here, right now. 30 seconds on the clock.
They've already lost 1-2 versus 4. They can't afford to do it again, and that is a wide swing. And that's a problem for Nexa. You know, if he wants to win that fight, or win both the fights, really, he kind of needs for the first one to be a shallow peek, instant headshot, and then he can follow it up. When Glaive runs that far out, really hard to do anything about. So nicely done for Astralis. They're going to get a bomb plant, and they're going to win the round.
Yeah. Opening kills, slow things down, wait for the re-aggression, wait for the information plays. Blame F is even waiting outside this B bomb site, knows everything that's happening. So Dexter's going to swap out to the AK to try and stay alive. And he'll want to get his hands back on that AWP at some point. Astralis hunting. Blame F wrapping around to the B bomb site up ramp. Zipix wrapping around the B bomb site from CT spawn. And Dexter has himself tucked into a corner. But remember, he doesn't want to go too far away from that AWP.
Yeah, he wants to stay in the area. Question is he going to be able to take anyone with him? They're definitely going to get him eventually. Finally there to pick up the kill. And it's a nice little recovery. Late in the map here for Astralis to start to wake up, but they are. 9-12.
It's a nice little judo move. Use the aggression of Flames in middle against him. Just post up with an AWP and grab it as he swings out wide. And OG's going to be back to pistols. Still got rounds to play with. Still got some money to play with moving forward. But Astralis is building back up into this second half.
Suspicious lack of grenades in the middle for from the OG side. I mean, Astralis probably know what the economy is anyway, but if they didn't, the fact that there's no bombardment of smokes and Molotovs and HEs, they definitely realize, all right, something is up. And just... I mean, apart from not losing too many players here, don't lose any rifles over early. I like the fact that they're mostly grouped up here. Config a little bit deeper in middle now on his own, which again makes me nervous, you know.
Yeah.
What if he ran into the wrong deagle at the wrong time and gave over an AK?
Yeah, that'd be an issue. What does Flames want to push? He's being patient for the moment. Blame F already peering into the B bomb site. He might get some freebie kills from this position.
Just get out of the way. There's the good headshot to start with. Sip with one in return, trying to make his way up inside the smoke, waiting his neo frag. Question is, it's kind of a wide smoke. You'd have to run through it for a while. 40 seconds, and they're clearing out the middles. They could even call it back if they wanted to, or they could just leave Config there to shoot anyone in the back that's defending. So a little bit of a choice to be made here. Dexter's going to be found by Farlig, and I think that's the opening they probably needed all along. Right now, they have isolated some of these fights a bit more, and they'll find Fiku as the last defender on the bomb site.
Yeah, I think Dexter just was a little too wide. I don't think he expected to be picked off by Farlig down at the ramp. Good shot from the Opera to open things up, busted up a kind of three-way crossfire setup.
And showing, I think, a little bit too, the difficulty, if you're Flames, of knowing when to commit to that, you know, push. If he does it early, he's going to get picked off every time because someone's almost always watching that. And late, well, yeah, you can't be part of the action. So I guess that's how it is. I think that's 21 kills on Glaive. I think he's back top fragging in the server.
Okay, good on Glaive.
Yeah, he's having himself a nice match at the moment. Opening map, and it's already a taxing game.
Yeah, it's a close affair. 12-10. Just a 2-round lead now for OG. 3 straight rounds for Astralis to come back into this. And off we go. Glaive heading towards middle. Quickly past the Molotovs. And even he can't beat Flames. They've thrown everyone at him. The only one who's been able to find this kill on Flames has been Farlig with the op.
Yeah, what a champion he is right now, defending the middle of the map. And they need it here, OG. They're not that far away from a map victory, and this is their map pick as well. So you assume that they want to show what they've got here. 4 more rounds, and they'll be able to take it. Config,
towards middle. Quick.
Slowly edging forward, but that is such a long range. Config just cannot see it. But at least he doesn't die, unlike NeoFrag, who does get wallbanged down by BlameF. Nexus sneaking in, almost getting the timing down right, but the second person in line was Farlig with the AWP.
Hesitation from Nexa. Hesitation gets him killed. Oh, Flames, even he jiggles into a peek, gives away the game to Config, trying to find the fight. Good headshot. Important headshot from Config, and Farlig still has deep control. Don't need utility in the choke point because the op is covering everything. And look at the way Astralis is spread around the map. They're just chilling.
Yeah, waiting for anyone from OG to move forward. They've already got a couple of kills that way. At some point, because the bomb is so deep down towards the B-bomb site, they obviously want to make their move. Yeah, I was going to say, time to probably make a run of it here so that you don't want to leave 5 seconds for the bomb plant, just in case there's some crazy person showing up with a Molotov or something like that. It's an awkward way to lose a round, but they're going to win it, no problem here.
This is an annoying thing to play against as well for OG. Some of these engagements, you know, they obviously win the opening one, Flames onto Glaive, but then BlameF finds a kill. Then Config is challenging into the 8 bomb site, and from there, because everything is so spread across the map, your movement is so restricted on the defensive side. Dexter's going to be able to save the op, but they might want to take a timeout. They're having some real issues handling this Astralis offense. Oh, it happened like that. Okay.
One is Z, one was BlameF.
Yeah, not much else you can do. A little bit of frustration, but don't forget the calls. That'd be 11th round for Astralis, almost closing the gap entirely at the moment. Dexter with the AWP. They're somewhat casually looking for him, not really invested into it, but they do have a lot of money on the Astralis side. They could, if they wanted to, have gone a little bit more aggressive.
Cool. Talking about money, look at it, what it's looking like at an OG. This is going to have to be a half buy around this AWP. Deagles and some armor, maybe a little bit of utility, some 5.7s popped in there. Astralis on the verge of evening out the scoreboard.
Yes, what a nice return. I was getting slightly worried. It looked to me like OG were just going to run all the way home.
They had that lockdown defense early. It's good to see Astralis finally batter it down.
Deagles to support the AWP with. And nobody in middle for the OG side. Not trusting that they can win any fight here without the utility, so instead going to be A and B. A little bit of a forward position again for NeoFrag. Dexter quite far back with the AWP, which is a little bit interesting. Boosted up, but I was assuming maybe he would have tried to be even more aggressive to find something.
That's frustrating. Tag to the smoke as you cross over, but an early portion of the round for Config and Glaive to have this much control. No one from OG really concerned about the mid flank just yet. But call certainly coming in from Fiku that it's possible they're in that position.
Yeah, he's definitely going to realize that.
I will say, of all the oppers we've got, Dexter is one of the ones that I you know, if you have a lone op,
yes,
you're like, let's see Dexter with it. Let's see what he can do.
I agree. He's also one of the ones where I would expect for him to be a lot more mobile, running around the map looking for something, but maybe that's more difficult than we expect on the CT side of this map. Flames going to be found. Actually, a lot of damage. Oh, and he finds the headshot on Glaive.
He almost got the follow-up blind as well. Oh, but this is going to force BlameF to maybe make a move here. This is going to put them right towards the AWP. And NeoFrag stepping in. Oh, he's blocking the shot. There it is on a Farlig. Bombs down. BlameF, what do you do here?
He's going to throw the flashbang. Dexter's moved up forward, though. BlameF doesn't see it coming. He almost could get the quick scope there, but not quite. Fiku and Nexa 2 versus 3. Only 20 seconds left. If you would have found that kill, Fiku, on the SIP, what an awkward round it would have been.
I'm surprised to see Dexter go for such an aggressive play. He obviously almost found a timing to catch Blame F with the nade in his hands, but oof, you're really throwing up a Hail Mary there with that shot through that little murder hole.
And I think that might be one of those things where the kind of aggression that we associate with someone like Dexter, if your opponents know that you like to play that way, some of the surprise goes out of it. And Blamef definitely, you could see from the way that he was moving that he had a pretty good read.
I'm just surprised by just mostly because he still had his teammate in the B bomb site, like having information that nobody's rapping upon him. Like he didn't really need to feel the pressure to make that play. Although obviously when you're the one saved weapon, you are kind of feeling the pressure of making a play.
And they didn't have that much time either, so there's maybe a couple of reasons why he could have slowed it down. But either way, it's a close round.
Yeah. It's very nitpicky as well.
That's what we're here for.
Tied up.
It is tied up. What a nice rib. What is it, 12-8 at one point?
Yeah.
12-7 maybe even?
12-7. There's 4 in a row to start the half from OG, and now 5 in a row for Astralis to bring things to 12, and timeout's going to be taken.
That's well done. It's the kind of strength where, I hate to say it, but you sometimes wonder if this Astralis lineup has that in them.
Yeah,
so it's good to see. Good to get a little bit of a feel for the comeback maneuver as well from their point of view. You want to be able to do that. Timeout being called, and I guess we'll see exactly what they're going to be coming up with. A lot of input here from Rugger behind them. And just focus at the end. Oh man, we're down to a point in the map now where any little mistake here could cost you the opening of the game. And that's obviously not something anyone wants to supply. First map at a best of 3. You don't want to be off to a bad start here, even if you have a little bit of a margin to get back into the match. Flames pushing forward, very aggressive, spinning around, and again, he's just so hard to take down in the middle. He's ready for more, and he's going to get a double kill. You could see if there was a third man there, he would have been ready to fight too. What an absolute beast.
Yeah, I can't believe he's actually gotten away with 2 kills and surviving. Blame F gonna step up next. He's got Neofrag. There goes Dexter. Neofrag falls as well. It's all on Flames one more time. Farlig missed the opportunity, but they know there's only one player at the B bomb site, but look at where the bomb is. They can't actually take advantage of everything. Or of anything, excuse me. Xyp9x has got to rotate all the way back around, which opens the space for this play from Fiku.
Yeah, I don't know if Fiku heard him running. I doubt it, but even then, just being able to call it out and saying, yeah, there's nobody here. Takes a little bit of a liberty here. Makes some noise, run forward, but no one's hearing him. I don't think he can. I think he might be too far away, yeah. Oh, almost catching Xyp9x. The timing is ridiculous. If he keeps this up, he should be able to find him, but he's going to divert into the middle. Even that might be worth it. He should be catching Blamef. There's no way Blamef's going to be checking this. And there's the kill. Xyp9x just passed him there, so Blamef must have been thinking, well, that's the one area of the map where I don't have to look. But because of where Blamef was moving, it's even possible that Fiku will say, well, we kind of know where they were going.
And like a little rat, he disappears. All the way back to the B bomb site. Xyp9x has no idea where he's gone. 18 seconds. Xyp9x, his options are basically eliminated. He's going to have to start running soon, which is going to give Fiku all the information he needed. Even caught, he doesn't have time to fake anything, doesn't have time to clear anything. Bomb out, easy kill, easy cleanup, 13-12.
That is such a nice move. You have to appreciate it. Fiku just finding the perfect time to be slow and to be quick running it through to just get there in time. That is well done. Finally putting a break on Astralis, who've been winning 5 in a row.
Yep, 3 kills from Flames also. I mean, the man from yesterday who had all the biggest impact when OG needed it most delivers again here. A timely triple kill to stop the momentum. Money's still an issue for OG's defense, though. Farlig has done a good job negating Flames' aggression in the past, so let's see if he can do it again.
That smoke really helping him out. But the flashbang against him, just not able to flick, couldn't really see what he was aiming at there. So it'll be some mid-control for the OG side. And they're trying to be aggressive now, pushing Blameth, who is alone out here. He doesn't have any backup, but he does have a friendly flashbang. Sip setting it up, and it's a good wallbang in return. Fiku able to at least get the revenge, and now Dexter not getting caught by Config, and he's ready for more. He knows there's a second player there. Swings wide for it, and that could have been the end of him, but he's so fast, taking down Glaive. And now it's a 2 versus 4 that OG should not be losing. Farlick trying for the jump. He's trying to bait out the shot, and eventually he'll get what he asked for. Not what he wanted, though.
Yeah, no, he did get the shot, for sure. Fiku finds one jumping in the air, and Dexter with a fantastic round. This time it's a triple kill from the AWPer for OG to keep them in the winning ways. 14-12. Just like that, OG's got it back.
Still money on Astralis, though. They actually had just so much in the bank, so gonna keep fighting.
And look at the way it's kind of reversed as well now. OG fighting for mid, taking control of mid. That was somewhere that Astralis was able to really take advantage of when they were getting some opening kills during their run earlier. Now that there's no access to that, Config's not able to push up the stairs in middle, not able to get access to Donut, not able to really spread across the map and punish any kind of movements, any kind of rotations from OG's defense. So Flames playing a huge role in multiple ways for this OG team. Just not just the frags, but the map control they're providing is absolutely critical.
It feels like it's a very similar rhythm that we saw in terms of the flow of the rounds here in the first half, where, you know, OG doing something, then kind of disappearing for a bit, and then they come back into it again.
And by virtue of how dominant this 5-round run was from Astralis, look at the money they got. They buy again. They just lost 2 rounds, absolutely deleted. They're still buying back up into it. They still got another buy after this. So investing through the losing bonus building up. So OG's gonna have to close this game in a very difficult fashion against constant buys. They're not gonna have any easy rounds to get their victory here on map 1.
21 kills on Glaive, 23 on Flames.
He's been stuck on that for a while, though. You mentioned 21 kills on Glaive about 3 or 4 rounds ago.
Yeah, it's been some really difficult ones in there. And maybe especially against Flames in the middle. And they're not even going there, Astralis. Like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
You can have it then. And as a result, OG can have pretty decent forward defense over at Donut. Yeah, now a little bit back in the middle with Dexter. Might have just run over to throw some more nades to Nexter, I'm assuming, behind him. We'll see.
Bombs here in middle, though. The support of Glaive to activate Config. Glaive's going to rotate back around towards the B site. Timing shot. About a 1.5 seconds off. And Config's going to get access to stairs with ease. They should know this is a possibility. How aggressive does he want to be on the backstab? 37 seconds. Time is running down. Dexter's at the B bomb site, and he's got a Molotov.
Config going through his own smoke. That's a dangerous jump. Did he hear that? I feel like Nexus surely must have, but you're right. The clock is really what matters at the moment here. 22 seconds. They're starting to think about it, but Config's timing is everything, and they're really slowing it down, Astralis. Maybe a little bit too much. This is getting really sketchy. They only have 13 seconds to try and get onto the site. Config's going to be going down, and they get absolutely stopped at the ramp. 7 seconds. This cannot be done. Dexter and Neofrag with a kill each, and they just missed a slight moment there where they had to get onto the site.
Oh,
they were never going to get the bomb plant. You're right, after the time as well. 15 on the side of OG.
Neofrag actually plays that really, really well, right? He stalled out BlameF's entire play through Jaguar trying to get into Cave. He shows presence, drops a flashbang, shows he's actually going to take the duel, and as soon as his teammate goes out, he just leaves. He just books it. So he knows BlameF is going to be slowed down and paused and has to be hesitant, ready for a fight. And Neofrag's in a position they just don't expect. Him and Dexter shut this down. 3 chances for OG. Okay, Flames.
You cannot not love him. You just have to. There's no choice.
It's like it's like they have all it's like the meme cheer.
I know.
Like that's something I would expect on like the HLTV forums. Let's go, Blea.
Yeah, well, listen. If he's come up through those forums, then you know he's made of diamond. You know, you can withstand anything. Just the 1 kill here, but it's on Glaive again, who's been playing very well, but slowing him down early. Look at this forward position. Neofrag, he might walk straight in. He might. Oh wait, they get the shot off first. Fiku with a couple, and that alerts Neofrag. Not that he's even needed. Next up, we'll get one more. But I thought for a minute Neofrag was going to back straight into it and die. Instead, Fiku comes in with a crucial couple of kills, and it's going to be OG winning the opening map in this best of 3, taking down Astralis on Ancient.
Yeah, good showing. 16-12, strong victory. Both halves. OG is able to recover right at the end to close out the first half, take a lead into the second, then to close out the map entirely after a good run from Astralis. On the back foot in this series, OG's up 1-0, off to a break. The desk is going to take you through it, and then we'll be right back.
I have no idea where he is. He can go B.
20 seconds.
Oh, you have the bomb.
Oh, you have to run.
Let's kill him, let's kill him.
Kill him, guys. Oh, I didn't. Do we have time?
Kill him. No, I don't have time, I think. Just try to kill him, though.
We're coming.
Oh,
I'm clearing B.
Coming tunnels.
He's tunnels, I think. T-spawn, I think.
Likely, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, right, I think.
I'll tap B.
Just scout him.
Thanks, God. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We win the round.
Ready? I smoke.
I will be able to resmoke fallen.
Smoke.
B, minute.
Mid. Maybe split.
Window.
Blind.
Window, under, stand back.
That B.
Nice.
Nice, that B1. Just go mid B.
Go B, go
You
mid.
have to go mid B.
That B second.
Nice, that B1 more. Let me one more mid.
Last mid.
AK window, nice! AK window.
Let's go!
Nothing's
Nice
second
B.
mid. No, I'm picking.
Wait.
Let's go close.
Mid pushing.
I'm a
Wait,
peek. I'm a peek second man. Only 3. Could be
Could be Vietnam. Second mid.
Boiler.
Pushing.
I need help.
Where?
In boiler.
Boiler. Apps and second mid, guys.
Coming.
One more here. Slope.
Pull back now.
Apps one. Apps and second mid. Apps.
Banana.
You left too short. You left deep.
Can be boiler.
You run way along.
I have
will follow.
I can still do apps smoke, guys.
One more mid.
One more second mid. That far back. Careful, he's going mid.
I'm in boiler.
I'm good. I have smoke.
He was long corner, Jackie.
I'm adventuring.
Boiler.
Yeah. I left apps, okay? I'm flanking holes. I'm peeking long now.
You want to go long?
Boiler.
Mid. Boiler.
Yeah.
Nice. Good job.
I don't see anything.
Bouncing yellow.
I don't see city. There's. I'm
Okay, jungle. Can I boost this? Yeah.
Let's pick stairs together, guys. You ready?
Wait. Ready?
Go. 3, 2, 1.
One more stairs.
Dead.
Go city now.
We have city.
Get ramp. I'm only ramp behind.
Yeah, should be one
City
episode.
dead. I'm pushing city.
Open
Oh,
jungle.
fuck.
Open jungle.
Nice, guys.
I took
Don't
off.
take up, Madden.
Okay.
Okay, take it. One is
I'm not sure.
picking B ramp.
Out mid off. Let's push banana. Yeah, he's in cave.
Banana dead up.
I'm pushing.
Okay.
I don't see anything in front of tunnel.
Should I go B or stay? Maybe they went on.
That mid.
That's okay,
He was
guy.
going
He was
Okay.
going
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going back to B.
Yeah, perfect. I'm playing Exile. I'm waiting for you if I'm planting. 15 seconds. I'm going temple.
B. Sound.
Okay.
Nice, boys.
Nice, Machush.
Wanna take off?
Nice, good clutch, boys. Very important.
Take a drop.
The OG reign of terror on Ancient continues. That map win nets them a 7-map in a row win streak and, of course, a victory over Astralis, getting them tantalizingly close to that spot at the Royal Arena. You were pointing out, Pim, that they've had a lot of success on their T sides, winning out more often than not on that side. We saw that once again to open up this map.
They've done it 3 games in a row on Ancient now. We'll talk about the map being very CT-sided. We'll talk about the map, you know, having a... It's tough for many teams, I guess, to consistently produce good T sides, but we've now seen OG do it 3 times at the same tournament. Also want to highlight the fact that all the teams are watching OG now. now. They know that Ancient is coming into the mix. You bet ya Astralis were prepared for what was coming, and still they managed to replicate it. So very well done by Coach Rocker and Nexa, of course, as an in-game lead as well.
Look, to circle back on that mic the moment we just had, the clutches were a problem for Astralis. And very weirdly, very unintuitive to think that Astralis were the one actually dropping the ball in this moment. We have Zip in a very uninspired 1v2, which by the way was a 3 versus 2 originally. We have a 1 versus 3 as well from Nexa being won in the first half, a 1v2 for Fiku. So surprisingly, Astralis, they fell flat as a pancake.
Yeah, we've also got to give some props to Flamesy as well. The can opening ability coming into this one too. What was it? 17 opening duels he was involved with? How many did he win?
He was involved in 17 opening duels. He won 12 of those. Absolutely stunning from Flamesy. The fact that he was able to replicate that over and over again. We talked about his consistency issues, but he's had 2 very good and very demanding maps in a row. I want to show you a couple of clips as well, just to give you an idea of what it is he does on the server. 2 different clips from 2 different sides. Starts out in the very first round. We had Mahone go over this exact play where he gets flashed out, and still it works out for Flamesy. Finds the opening already in round number 3, and that was kind of what powered him through it. You see it one more time right here, coming out into middle. A little bit lucky on the CT side, but he just continues to go for these opening duels left, right, and center. I talk about how not an AWP, but how a rifle player can dictate the game with the rifle. Flamesy was a great example right here. When you are involved in 17 opening duels, you win 12 of those, and you're playing with the confidence we saw right here, then you can do anything in the world.
It feels like Flamesy was doing his best config impression. In these moments, honestly, that's how he is playing. Like, they put him to bat every single time. Like, go first. Just trust in the system. Trust in the flashes, the utility. You are going to be fine. But you gotta commend, Flamesy for his courage. The way he's playing in a couple of these clips, that's madness.
One topping the scoreboard, and another one not really on the server.
Yeah, no, unfortunate for config as well. I love that you brought up those 2 particular clips, though, because it wasn't just the T side he was doing it on, the CT side as well. The fact that he has the cojones to kind of be bringing that aggression still coming into that second half, too.
Yeah, and they were struggling, in the second half a little bit. Astralis were fighting back at the scoreline of 12-12. It was a complete open game. Felt like OG didn't have it in control, but as you spoke about again, the clutches kind of favored OG. It's a reoccurring problem for Astralis. We talk about, Siblings being a clutch master. We also give it up to Blame F for being a good closer, but there's so much passiveness, coming out of Astralis. Whenever you see them in a 3v3, we even saw it in the 14-12 rounds, they do an execute on towards the B bomb side with 15 seconds left. I'm honestly getting a little bit sick and tired of this slow pace coming out of Astralis. It's only Config who's trying. Couldn't really show up today, but there's a severe lack of aggressive players within this lineup. Let's be honest.
That worries me. Yeah, I like that you mentioned this round 26. To me, that was a big red flag when it comes to Astralis. They had a couple of moments on their T side where I felt they had all the pieces in the right place. All they needed to do was to regroup, eventually maybe just leave one lurker on the side that could just put a nail in the final coffin. But the way they were kind of struggling, hesitating in these late moments, I don't really know why it comes down to. Why is it? Why is it that they execute with 20 seconds left instead of 30? I think the execute is fine on the B side. I think they have all the right pieces and the right utilities, but they just don't have enough time. As soon as the bomb hits the floor, that's it. It's over. The round is done.
Yeah, and the firepower discussion as well, I don't know, it kind of breeds some warning signs for me when we're seeing Glaive at the top of the scoreboard. Obviously, really good performance coming out from him, but the fact that it isn't your configs, it isn't your Blame Fs really, shining bright coming into this map, that's worrisome for me.
Yeah, look, I'll never pass on an opportunity to praise Glaive. I think people know how much respect I have for this man, and he does deserve at times, and that was a game right here where he put his best foot forward on the CT side specifically, and Lord knows that the A side was under attack from OG. We see plenty of clips when he's being targeted, but yes, how many times do we need to talk about config shining or disappearing? How many times? The sun or the rain? It's Copenhagen weather in the last 2 days. We go from 30 degrees sun to it's raining, piss pouring on us. Config disappearing in that game one more time. I haven't figured it out. The enigma still stands.
The problem is it's config disappearing, but on his favorite map, Ancient, right? That used to be the one known quantity for config within Astralis. We highlighted him to be one of the best players in the world on the map of Ancient. Lately, ever since the update, we haven't really seen him play well on Ancient either. So it feels like the one few maps where we knew what he was going to deliver, he's not delivering anymore. It is a massive issue for Astralis.
Yeah, and of course, Mirage coming forward, obviously Astralis' pick coming into things. That's another map where we're really looking at config to be shining brightly coming into this one. Of course, he was last time around, obviously with a sort of double Danish duo going ahead with Blame F as well. This is the last time we saw OG taking on Astralis. And of course, there was a moment from that we do want to be breaking down with the wonderful Mahone. What have you got for us, Danny?
Yep, so config obviously really good at Mirage, but there's actually something I want to show that, a lot of other teams are starting to do a lot nowadays as well. And it's this play here, and this wasn't against OG, it was actually against Vitality, but I'm just going to show what the play was. So what we're going to see here, I'm just going to run the play just so you know what it is. It's with config running all the way to the left side of this cubby here, and often you'll see teams, they'll have a player kind of hide behind this cubby, And this is actually a really underrated play nowadays where essentially it kind of gives CTs a false sense of security. You'll see here that Vitality, Sphinx, they clear mid, they don't see anything at all. And then for whatever reason, as soon as Config peeks here, he gets 2 kills in the back. And I want to explain why this play exactly works and all the timings involved with it. So the first thing you're going to see here is they're going to throw the instant window smoke. And this is a smoke that's become a bit more common nowadays. And how it works essentially is that there's lineups for each spawn that land towards the window. So BlameF is going to use one of them. And this is the fastest smoke that you can throw for the window position. It pops extremely quickly. And for the CT's perspective, as they come through this window position, there's a very narrow time that they can actually see a player cross over. It pops very quickly. And because of that, Config here, he's actually going to take a slight pause using the fastest window smoke possible to ensure that he crosses while the window smoke is still up. So that's the first player here where he cannot see him cross. The second player, who usually comes towards his connector side, I'm going to discuss this here. What you see is that for Sphinx, even though he has probably one of the best spawns towards his connector position, there's no chance for him to even see Config cross towards the right side. So what that means with both the window player and the connector player not seeing him at all cross towards his left side, they have no idea that he could even be here. They tried to Molotov him behind the boxes, but they have no idea that he's actually in the spot, and that's why Config is able to find these 2 kills. It's these timings that Astralis were able to set up for Config to get to that left side of Cubby and get these 2 kills, and hopefully this is something we'll also see from Astralis in this upcoming match.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that moment that we got broken down there from Danny, because Config, he's instrumental when we come onto a ground like Mirage. That unadulterated aggression, that confidence, that's what we want to see from him.
We didn't see it on Ancient, and we have to see it on Mirage. There's no doubt about it. But I can't help to feel that the ball is in OG's court right now. They've already lost once against OG. On the map of Mirage, there's always more learning coming into it. I feel like Dexter was playing well in that game. I feel Nexa was nowhere to be seen. I don't expect that to happen again. You're facing a wounded Astralis as well, who have a lot of other stuff on their mind right now with the major qualifier.
Yeah.
I can't help to feel that this is going to be a 2-0 for OG, unfortunately.
No, I disagree. We're going to map number 3. We just had it right here. Danny brought a very great example. That game versus Vitality had Astralis go through every single tools they had in the shed. That was such a hard game, so many different situations. They're warm on the map. We're going to 3.
Well, it is going to be coming down to that second map. Astralis pick coming into it, and not cut and dry for OG just yet. One more chance for Astralis to be bouncing back and making the comeback work, and it comes down to their pick of Mirage. We're going to see how it goes down in just a few.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the second map that is coming up here. We've got OG and Astralis, and it could be a really interesting game. The first one was already amazing on Ancient, really close game. OG ended up edging it out. Odds are now favoring them, which makes a lot of sense. Astralis will have to battle their way back to get to a third map.
Yeah, especially with OG's performance yesterday as well against FaZe. There's a lot of confidence swinging into this team at the moment. They seem to have a good amount of momentum, and obviously that closeout to Ancient can do well. Remember as well, Astralis has a huge matchup later on today in the qualifier to get to the RMR for the major. So going into that with a series loss is not the way you want to start the afternoon.
I really think it's not, so I'm sure they'll be fighting with everything that they've got here on Mirage. Starting on the T side, OG on the CT side. Seeing a smoke and some flashes. Two smokes, so yeah, they're going to be blocking off a couple of positions here, and then flashes going over the wall, straight for a Neofrag, trying to turn around, but he's not finding the headshot. Finally will. Oh, no! He just almost pistol whipped Config. That's ridiculous. And now Dexter's shown up as well, and they've been slowed down, and Astralis just not even finding the fights that they need here. They got some good timing on Neofrag. He had some low sensitivity going on. You could see the awkwardness, and he still won.
Yeah. He still gets it done. That's a sign. A lot of things are going your way. Yeah, this is magnificent, and just for whatever reason, no real reaction until it was a little bit too late for Config. Still just focused on making his jump and getting out safely. Good double kill.
All right. Soft little high fives.
Yeah. Starting it out slow.
But that is a good start for OG. They'll take it. Can see the pressure that Neofrag is under, because he recognizes what's coming. He knows there's going to be a flashbang. So if he just swings wide and tries to go for the fight there, he could be blind and dead. So not an easy position to be in. 3-man peek at top mid. And they get some dinks in. Neofrag still with the double, so didn't go down for free. And creeping up his neck. So not really scared to risk the MP9. Glaive back there. Yeah, there we go. Finding him out. A little bit of damage. They've all lost 2 people already. I guess it's slightly expensive for OG, but they'll take it.
Yeah, slightly expensive, but no big deal. Heading into round number 3. Astralis need a good little bounce back here on Mirage.
Yeah, that would be quite something. We started out the first map talking about the potential for BlameF and Config on that particular map especially to do a lot of work. Ended up being Glaive who was doing a lot of the hard lifting on that one, but you'd still love to see that duo of BlameF and Config do some work on a map like Mirage. They have AKs out already in the 3rd round.
Ooh, good shot from Blame. Neofrag had the chance. A couple bullets whizzed past, but Nexa slid into position now in his place. So at least the death of Neofrag has gotten Nexa into a strong position for an early flank. Especially it helps when Dexter finds a kill in middle.
Still over 1 minute and 20 seconds left, so
I feel like at some point BlameF is going to have to give away this position in B halls and fall back and get the bomb to meet up over at the 8 bomb site, and then hopefully that timing, if you're OG, is when Nexa decides to move. That's happening just now because they want to leave Config in middle to lurk and to be a force towards the end of the round in the post plant, so that's going to be the opening for Nexa to find a timing.
Well, and this defense is all in as well. With the double position at ramp like this, if they lose this fight, then I don't even think anyone from the B-bomb side can rotate over. They might just have to give it up pretty quickly, so a little bit interesting.
Yeah, it's actually a lot. I mean, having Dexter there almost seems a little bit redundant with the positioning of Nexa, especially because he's going to be so far away. They have no information at middle at the time, so Dexter's just there to worry about catwalk.
That is kind of a cool smoke, though. The timing on that actually does disrupt, I think, what Astralis wanted to do. And now Dexter is finally getting... Oh, sorry, Nexa starting to move out in that B hallway. And he's getting really close at the moment. I think everything right now rides on how long they can hold off on the A-bomb side. They probably can't win the fight entirely on their own, but just stay alive for 5 seconds, and maybe that's going to be worth it. Sip will get one of the early entries on Fiku, but there's 15 seconds left on the clock, and Flames is still back here. Oh, he drops one in the second. He is so good with the multi-kills, and Glaive just no time at all here. Nexa coming up from behind, and he actually has a Molotov that he's held on to all along, but not even going to need it. Out in the open, just the FAMAS will do the job. That's a nice round for OG to pick up there. Real close for Astralis, but they had such a good read with that push from Nexa.
And Mr. Double Kill himself, Flames, just, I mean, once again, delivering a round win. This is such a huge sequence for Flames to be able to get a double kill. They're even hard clearing him as well.
Yep.
I mean, what a showing he's having here at the fall groups.
Nice. I especially love it with the camera shot of BlameF.
I know, just head in hands. Just...
That's really one of the tragic sort of developments in Counter-Strike in general, is that we've sort of a lot of the time we lost the ability for people to yell at each other inside of a a studio or a LAN or something like that. So it's good to have it back here at the Blast Studio because it does make it just a little bit more fun, Config gets sprayed down, try to be quick with it in the middle. Not what Danny was talking about with the fast smoke in the window, which by the way is great. Danny does unbelievable work.
Yeah, great work. Xyp9x is dropped down. Fiku won't have that information. BlameF is going to follow it up with the AK-47. That's smoke giving some cover for the cross. Farlig's in trouble. Just a lonely P250. Neofrag making his move. Easy kill. Timing shot for Fiku doesn't come through. Retake isn't going to be coming from Market either. It's going to be coming from Catwalk. So even though control of the bomb site is over to Astralis, that's a good find with the boost up. A little bit of damage done. Nobody's crossed over. Now Glaive gets in with the bomb. Another smoke comes down. This is going to be a really delayed retake. And actually a little bit of an X factor with Xyp9x's position in Market. If he can hit some nice shots with the Deagle, that might ruin a lot of things for OG.
This whole round they played it like they don't care about the bomb plant at all. Like they're just going to play the retake and win it. So hopefully they will, because that was the plan from the get-go. It felt like. Nice headshot. Glaive going to keep going. Oh, is he ready for another one? Fiku's taking down Sip, so Glaive might have to step up and try and take another swing at it here. Fiku goes down, and there's Glaive, a third headshot. The Deagle doing all of the work in the round, and there's nothing Dexter could do about it. That is a stolen round.
Yeah, that is a nasty sequence from Glaive. I can't believe he just delivered 3 headshots in that fashion. So disgusting. Look at the power in that clenched fist.
Yeah, he's
ready to break somebody's fingers.
Man. I actually thought the fact that Fiku didn't try for the blind shot for the smoke, and the fact that there was no stress happening over at Catwalk, I thought, oh, it's fine. They know what's coming, but they're in a 3-on-5. They're just going to retake it. It's no problem.
I mean, I still felt like that was a pretty decent position to be in. What can you do? Glaive hits 3 one-bullet Deagle headshots.
It's a bit tough, isn't it?
And that might have been like the one weakness in the round that came to fruition for OG, is just not having anyone really in Market to prevent that aggressive stance in the window and in the doorway. What a turnaround. No money left on OG. They fully invest into this. The AWP is still in the hands of Dexter, but Nexa is relegated down to a 5-7.
Yeah, they'd love to reset Astralis right away here, OG, but it's risky to be buying into to this kind of a situation. They have, what, 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs. That is all the nades they have. They at least a couple of kits in play still, but not that much to fight with here. OG probably need to secure a 1 or 2 man advantage before any action really happens to the bomb site. If it goes into an afterplant, they don't have that much to really fight with, so it could get very awkward for the CT side. The bomb is getting picked up and kind of going a little bit of everywhere. Oh, Flames nearly good for another double.
I thought he had it. It's really hard for him to hold back from 2 kills, isn't it? It's really difficult, the position that he's putting himself in. He's been so disgusting these past 2 days. Good trade from Neofrag to clean up on Farlig. BlameF is going to come lurking up Catwalk a little bit late. Smoke's going to hold him at bay. And obviously, Neofrag has no idea. Scoped up. There's Glaive with the kill, and BlameF comes through. Right when he's about to pull the trigger, Dexter's going to try and pick up the pieces, but I think this round is lost. If he doesn't get a kill here very, very quickly, they've got no business going for this.
Especially because his teammate is so far away. That's a risky jump. He could have got picked off from Dexter there. But since they're not showing themselves, the chances now, it's not impossible. He could look for X's, I guess, but he's not going to get into the bomb site at this point. Wow, that move from Neofrag, you're right. He had no idea, maybe had no reason to suspect. And on the other hand, if he picks up the AWP and gets a kill on someone jumping out of the window, then he's the hero. Good bit of damage, but the round is going to go to Astralis. 2-3, still in OG's favor, but that did not look like a winnable round. The 2-for-1 trade at the start just looked like it was going to be everything.
Yeah. And I think that's exactly why you didn't expect BlameF. You know, Flames gets the 1 kill, he gets the tag, Neofrag cleans it up, and they never actually saw BlameF. You're not thinking there's going to be a 3rd player lurking around. So good kill from BlameF onto Neofrag right when he's about to pull the trigger. Actually, he did pull the trigger, missed the shot. 3-2. And OG's out of money. Saved AK, saved AWP. Let's see what they can do. Couple of flashbangs picked up to warm your little heart.
Yeah, always a good idea. And that AWP at Dexter, he was very passive with it when they were on Ancient on the CT side, when that was the only thing that he had. There were a couple of rounds there we didn't do too much. See if he can find some more action with it here on the CT side of Mirage. He's already in middle, a little bit forward. There's a nice tag. He doesn't really get the headshot. And now he's, yeah, got to be thinking about trying to escape as well. You don't want to be stuck in here for too long. They have Molotovs and a lot of other things too. A little bit of a wall bang coming through. Tags him up at least a little bit. Config to get his first kill of the map.
Look at the way that OG is a little bit discombobulated at the moment. Everyone's kind of huddled around window room and murder hole. Flames is going to be here with the USP. That's not going to get the job. Excuse me? It will get the job done on Config. Somehow, some way.
Like 7 bullets later, he's able to do it.
But the AWP is rotated to the B-bomb site. The AK-47 is the only real piece of defense available. Timing onto Zipix is everything. He's peering in this direction. Free kill. Bomb is dropped.
Oops. Yeah, and it actually drops on the... They can't even just go back and pick it up quickly. He's ready for this. He sees it coming and takes down. Finally gets just Nexor on his own, winning the round right now.
And now the AWP is on catwalk. They can defend this bomb. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is a nightmare status. Dexter needs to be aggressive next. Almost with one more. And Dexter falls away. He didn't want the fight. They still don't have the bomb. 27 seconds, and Dexter's going to go for this. He's got a kid in hand from the previous round as well.
Glaive, though, is ready to receive him. USP out, but Glaive is frozen in time on the other side. He does not want to take a single step forward. And now the bomb is planted, but are they going to be ready for it? Blamef sneaking forward, still USP in hand. Got to be careful now. The AWP comes back out. He has to commit to this and win it instantly. Just jiggling it out. Oh, that is such a play. And it's a 1 versus 1. And like you pointed out, he does have the kit. Be sneaking forward and picking up the AK instead. Still a little bit of time here. Deep flash over. If you go straight for it, Glaive might not be close enough to stop the defuse. Does he realize Dexter? He's looking everywhere, but he just can't find him. Now he goes for the defuse, but I think his back is showing Glaive. He should be able to get it, and he will. Oh, he's so close. What a scary round. Astralis, though, they make it through.
Yeah, just barely. That is so sketchy. What a performance from Nexa to be able to put a stop to that, to keep it within reach. Just the 2 weapons brought into this round, the AK and the AWP. That's nasty. Good positioning from Glaive, though. Way to be patient. That was brutal. Blamef had no chance there. And yeah, if it's a different diffuse position, maybe Dexter's able to stick it out and actually get it at the end of the day. But I think Dexter's believing it's going to be a peek from Palace. It's going to be a peek from behind the boxes. Yeah. He's not thinking that Glaive is going to be in position over towards jungle and window room. Timeout taken from Astralis. They want to talk things over.
There are so many different positions that he has to take a gamble at some point. So unfortunate, but still a pretty cool attempt. Interesting timeout here for Astralis in the victory. They kind of want to slow it down and keep the pressure on. Maybe make sure that they have the right idea of how to approach some of these positions. OG going to be back with rifles now, and some more nades than previous rounds. Top con smoke coming out from Glaive, I'm assuming.
Ooh, Flames with the first, and he's going to duck away. Good kill on a Blamef trying to cross over. Man advantage for OG's defense. That's a lot of mid-control taken away from Astralis as well. Config is way more passive as he follows up. So nobody's going to be able to push over towards chair, push down mid towards underneath window.
And that did actually look a little bit like Blamef wanted to make the run that Danny was showing us in that video. Yep. Maybe a little bit delayed, and obviously in the video example that Danny was giving, you couldn't get there in time, so maybe Blamef had a slightly worse spawn and Flames had a slightly better spawn. Hard to say, but he did catch him.
Ooh, Farlock's going to make his play. He's feeling bold. He's feeling frisky. Deep Molotov is going to hold back Glaive. Farlock still hasn't peeked out again. He did work up the courage to take a initial glance into the bomb site and see nothing.
The Molotov could actually be interesting. Doesn't go quite deep enough. I thought maybe he was going to catch Dexter, who's back there with the M4. 50 seconds, and they're going to start to hit this bomb site, which could be scary. Flames, though, is nearby on the stairs. It's going to be a quick trade. Sip taking down Dexter in return, 40 seconds. And Flames has shown up. Second kill of the round for him. He wants more. Building those multi-kills. He is such a god right now. 4th kill for him. He's up to 9 in total and winning another round for OG.
He's doing such a good job of just playing within his own game until there's a moment to pounce and grab the extra kills, right? He's not overextending and he knows what's coming. Look at this comfort to be able to wait patiently for Glaive to make the jump. And then you're just just playing off your teammates. You're playing off and trading kills that have come out already, trading off information that's been passed over to you, and that's a quad kill in the round from Flames.
A lot of stress in the eyes of Config. He's 1-7 as well. Farley is 2-7. Sip's got 3-6. Got a couple of players there that need to do something more. The Eagles out in this round. Good mid-air headshot picks him out of the sky.
Yikes. Get that head armor, kids. Fiku knows the footsteps, knows the position of Zipix. Takes a confident fight, easy headshot.
OG starting to look comfortable again. Starting to look like they remember what it's all about here on the CT side.
OG's looking like they want to send Astralis into a qualifying match in the absolute dumpster in terms of emotional energy.
What a yeah, what a rough day it could be. 5-3. And the 9th round, smoke in the window. Jump out here, but Config, oh, he still wins the fight with a Galil no less. That is a big victory. Dexter, though, looking to take it back, almost getting the right angle. Yeah, he has the right idea, but Config's gonna stay alive somehow. Nice start. Good for Astralis.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big name to take down first. Quiet on the map.
Yeah, they want to make sure that there's no trickery from OG. Again, a notorious map, this one for CT aggression, so can't really blame Astralis for wanting to make absolutely sure.
And this is also what they did on an Ancient that worked so well, is you find an opening kill, and then Astralis just kind of waited for the follow-up play that was going to come. Config waiting again, but it doesn't matter. He was low on HP from Flames earlier, so that's the equalizing kill, and Flame F doesn't want to work up the courage to take the peek on the fall back. So we're going to go into the middle stage of this round in an even game until Glaive responds from Palace. That's an easy kill. Nexus position is known. Good frag from Glaive. That should be the round. That should be 4 for Astralis, but Fiku's coming over to try and pick up the pieces.
I mean, if he could get the range with the AK, maybe he can win this fight. But once the bomb is down, it's a different matter. Finally going to be responsible for that. It's a little bit of damage, but nothing to stop him from the plant, really. So now it's probably time to back on out. I appreciate the attempt, but you needed a really strong kill to even stop the bomb from getting planted there. And it doesn't happen, so 4-5. Glaive taking it upon himself to win the round.
Yeah, that's just that first kill that he gets out of Palace. I'm assuming it's just the angle out towards jungle that he just finds a player maybe a little bit lazy in the rotation back. We'll find out. Good shot from Config. Again, the head armor making these Galils do some work. Ooh, okay. That's a good find.
Yeah, it really makes a difference, doesn't it, at the end of the day? We save the remaining rifles here on the OG side, no one being challenged. So it was a good little run, but still, you got to be careful if you're OG here. You don't have, I mean, you're almost any buffer, so...
Yeah, no, there's no kind of economic space to work with for OG. Down to nothing after this buy, although it's a very, very strong buy. Dexter with the op. Four strong rifles behind it. Plenty of utility. 2 kits to work with also.
Easy to see that it's Glaive doing all the lifting on Ancient, now all the lifting on Mirage. He's super determined at the moment to win this. Does not want to give it up easy. Inferno is the deciding match if we get there, and I hope that we do. Some real tension, maybe especially for Astralis, like we've been saying. Forward position for Neofrag. Gonna smoke it off and try and take a peek into middle, but that is a suspicious smoke. Either way, if you're on the T side, you kind of know, all right.
Ooh, look at the timing of this boost up as well. There's nobody even here to help out with this. Dexter's gonna come back. Good kill from Flames. Good find from Dexter, patiently waiting for that exact play. Blame F had an opportunity.
And now they're a man down. Glaive has started to make his way onto the bomb site. Solo play with the Galil. It worked last time, so why not again?
Well, I like it too, because he's put himself in a position where it's hard to tell that he's even here. Like, they might know someone's aggressive, but you're not going to think someone's just kind of pushed out to this position and waiting. He's got cover because Zipex is peering towards window room from jungle, so he knows nobody's going to come from that angle. At this point, it's all if anyone from OG tries to move and shift into the bomb site, but this flank could ruin everything.
Yeah, Fiku, he's been running this way for a while now. 30 seconds, he's almost at the ramp. They haven't even put the bomb down. Oh, and that delay for Config could be be really painful. They are going to get the bomb plant, but Fiku's surely going to get the kill against Config here. A little bit of a long-range spray, and that should be panic on the Astralis side. He has no idea where to look right now, Glaive. They're just surrounding him. Tries to get the shot here, but surely going to get shot in the side of the head. Next, eventually showing up, and Sip, he's again got no real estate to stand on. He just can't survive in that position, so great flank, although there was a real moment in time where Glaive could have surprised someone. That 4 versus 3 could have started a 3-on-3 if Glaive just gets one kill because they just wander onto the bomb site.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows if it's just like straight up like solid self-control to not try and push into the bomb site, or if it's because Fiku's flanking. But the defenders kind of realize they don't need control of the bomb site. They don't need to shift into that position. They have a teammate coming through T-spawn. They can just wait, see what Astralis is going to do, and because they don't actually press the issue to challenge anything, Glaive's little off angles never come to fruition, never yield anything for Astralis.
Single Mac 10, AKs for the rest of it. Not all the nades you would want, but certainly some of them. Dexter, though, a lot more punch behind him on that AWP. Going to be taking down Config early in the round. Still a tough game for him and Farligan Sip. 3 out of 5 players on Astralis not having the best time to begin with. That can obviously change, but they don't have all day. And looking at the scoreboard for OG, everyone's doing something. Got the whole lineup ready to fight. Now they just slow it right down. Not that they get anything for it, although there is a little bit of a double push happening over here at the A ramp. Glaive up in the palace, so they're not going to find anyone, and they're not going to be found.
Not quite yet. Now starting to make their moves. Good shot from Glaive. The off was not set. Was not ready. A little bit of leg shows underneath the smoke. That's an easy kill for Flames. Negs has cleared out a ramp, so again, a little bit of an insurance policy. This is almost like that flank from the previous round. Flames gonna fight in the fire, goes down. Neofrag pulling attention away, and Glaive is aware of the possibility of Nexus position. He's got another one. The captain of Astralis delivering all the critical kills.
It really is. What a ridiculous performance this is from Glaive so far. Double kill up to 14. Fiku on his own with absolutely zero chance to win this round. At a minimum, he would probably need a smoke to put on top of the bomb to force a fight and probably get a kill before he even tried that. Can get some exit kills here, but I don't think he's going to get any closer to the actual defuse. So, should be a 5-6 scoreline here. Astralis coming back into it. Yeah, there's a good exit. The rest of them waiting by the ramp to make sure he's not tricking anyone. And it's going to be the round, so... Man, if not for Glaive, they might just lose this best of 3 almost immediately.
I know, they might just be completely washed on this map as well. He had that incredible triple kill earlier as well, coming out of Palace that delivered such a huge round at a big moment as well.
I believe Glaive was the player that Launders picked as the one that he was the most excited about across the last 10 years of Counter-Strike, you know, in the context of the 10-year anniversary and all the rest of it.
Okay. Interesting choice.
Yeah.
Very avant-garde.
Yeah, I think that's probably more rare, but you could probably defend that for a long time if you wanted to. It could be a long discussion. Definitely has an insane career behind him, so.
Yeah, he does. Well, here he goes. Calls a little pop through the A ramp. Thinks he's taking advantage of a low buy. There's rifles out, but oh, everyone's blind. Everybody is so blind. I don't know how Glaive's alive. I have no idea how he survived that kind of a swing. And it looks like they almost just want to fall back and disappear, but they've dumped all the utility. There's no plan B behind this tactic. It's all to make this work. Mac 10 doing damage, but not finding any kills. It's chaos. It's so hectic. And now the SMG chimes in. Glaive goes down, traded off by Flame F. And look at it. Astralis coming out on top of all the insanity. 4-on-3 at the moment, but we're not done yet.
Nope, it's going to continue. Configs still got some health on him here. Ready to see if anyone's going to come through the window. I've rarely ever seen such all-out madness happening. More smokes, more flashbangs, more shots through. Everyone's blind, and they're not finding the kills. But finally, it's going to be Astralis coming up with a big lead here. 2 versus 4, and probably time for OG to save what they got, if they even can.
Good find from Zip. That's going to seal it. And this is a great moment for Astralis to just take control of this half. There's going to be 3 rounds left after this, and there's no money for OG. Perfect timing for Astralis to deliver the knockout punch.
Feels like a really rare moment where you can set up all the initial utility for an A execute, get no kills, kind of have the utility almost, you know, peed out, and then recommit to the fight and still win it. It feels like most of the time, if you don't get that, at least a little bit of a connection on the first swing, it's hard to come back into it.
This is so crazy how much flashbangs and utilities just spent to just spam through smoke. I don't know how you can have any kind of clean communication if you're any of those players just stuck in that choke point. Round 13.
Yeah, tied up. Which, from Astralis' point of view, is amazing news. Looking at the economy, it's even better. USPs, not even a flashbang. All grouped up, though. Out for a little company trip. A little get-together. Oh, they're going to boost up into the window. It's great. I appreciate this. You can boost on the windowsill, like right next to where Fico is.
Okay.
And then the top player can lean really far forward.
Sure.
So you can see people's legs as they're coming through if they hug the wall on the right side from the T point of view.
Nice.
Yeah. It's actually easy to set up.
Okay. Well, it's not, yeah, the nice little stack towards the B bomb site.
Yeah?
I'm not going to denigrate your stack in any way.
All right.
That one I'm fine with.
Cool. That's kind of rare.
It's all the other ones that...
all the more insane positions.
Yeah, there's just this round is just nothing's happening. Stack towards the B bomb site. Astralis goes towards A.
Did you know you can with an AWP you can wallbang the default plant spot in B from the market through the grocery shelves, whatever they are?
Okay, I didn't know that.
No, it's doable. No one's ever
tried it?
No.
Now, when you say doable, are you saying it will connect with some damage? Or are you saying
it's gonna...
it's something reliable?
I think it's gonna do... I think it'll do some 60-some damage if you do it.
Okay.
So probably, you're not gonna already kill someone, but...
And if you hit him in the head, will it kill him?
Yeah, definitely kill him.
Okay.
But I'm assuming either way, they're gonna stop planting. You know?
Sure.
They hear the AWP take that. Even if you take 20 damage, you probably stop planting because it's the AWP, you know? You're like, oh, what's happening?
I'm trying to imagine that lineup right now. I can't envision it in my head.
It is obscure, I won't lie.
Okay.
But it can be done. 6-7. Astralis with a real nice return. And look at what it's done for Glaive. He's pulled all of the players in behind him. Right? Config started to do a little bit more. Farley started to do a little more. Sips up there with 7 kills. Everyone started to believe a bit now that the captain has shown up. And that's great. Usually, what's the idiom? Captain going down with the ship, but the ship's not going down, Jason. It's still afloat.
Still afloat.
It's like that one ship from Pirates of the Caribbean. What's the one that keeps coming up out of the water? It's been a while.
The Flying Dutchman?
There we go.
Yeah.
Someone can Photoshop.
Crewed by the undead?
Yeah. If somebody could Photoshop tentacles on the glaive, we'd have some kind of meme going.
Perfect. I always love it when tentacles come into the mix.
I know you do.
7-6. Let's pause it there. Neofrag's gonna push up into the corner. Nice flashbang. Nice flashbang, nice kill. Even checks really briefly to the right to make sure no one's up on the flower pot. He's gonna stay aggressive. Coming back for more. Timing is everything. He's got glaive.
He didn't even reload after. He had plenty of time, but he just didn't. He's like, no, it's not necessary. Next, with the double. And OG, they have a little bit of a knack for getting back into the round or the half right as it feels like they're about to be completely eclipsed. Because this was looking like it could easily be a 9-6 finish in favor of Astralis, which would have been really something. But now we're going to type the scoreline the other way. 7-7, and that means OG could still get an 8th round, obviously. Blamef trying to fight it. Long range to connect that spray with. And now 1 versus 3 with no health at all. Gonna be some good damage. Molotov on top, but Nexa is gonna escape. And with only 15 seconds, it's not so much even the mechanics for Blamef here, it's just you can't really put the bomb down with this little time in a 1 versus 3. So try as you might, it's gonna be 7-7.
7-7, 1 round left in the first half. OG, actually both teams looking to take a lead. It was OG on Ancient who was able to take a first half lead. Good aggression, good flashbang, catching Farlig out in the open and then finding Glaive as well. That's a tough fight to win when you're peeking into him holding the angle, but OG handles everything well. Double kill from Nexa.
He was so flashed, Farlig at the beginning there.
Yeah, his eyes were burnt out of his head. The goggles, they do nothing.
That's a classic reference. I love it. I wonder if looking into a scope will magnify the effect of a flashbang. It just feels like it should, on some level, make sense, you know?
I'm willing to test this out if you're the one looking through the scope.
Yeah, I think if you have a night vision on, that's where things get real rough. But,
yes.
Oh, just the blind tap almost getting the headshot, but still a lot of damage on the sit. Neofrag gonna get traded. Fiku is there. It's a good 1-2 punch combination and a flank coming in from Flames. I don't think do they even know?
I have no idea. Flameth isn't looking in this direction. He certainly should know now with that Molotov, and he somehow gets away. Is Exo aware that someone's pushed all the way up to the close right? That smoke, oh, it just barely covered him. Now he knows. Glaive was way too tucked in, not actually looking for a fight. Flameth's in some trouble. He goes down next, and OG. 3v1 to take the second half advantage. It's gonna be 8-7. OG's defense recovers right at the end of the day. We're off to halftime. When we get back, OG's gonna try and close this out in 2. See you there.
This is hard. I think Simple's probably attended like all the majors. With Flipside, he did a lot of majors. I think he only did one with Flipside. On one? I think so.
I think Aragon is higher because he like played for a longer time than Simple.
Write in the comments who do you think attended more majors, and then we're gonna decide which is the right way.
I think just going by the age and experience, I would say Simple's lower. Lower.
Lower.
Take it.
Thank you.
Lower.
Don't do a mistake, no.
Yeah, no mistakes. This one is. Oh shit.
This is tough.
I'm not sure. There's not big difference between them in ages. I think so.
He has all the trophies, right?
Yeah, but like
that's my logic.
difference will be like one major between them. So at least lower.
I'm gonna go a leash higher. A leash higher.
Oh, here we have the 4 major champ.
This is not easy.
I don't even know when he played his first major. Was it Astralis? Or did he play one before? You sound pretty confident. I'm thinking it might be Glaive, but...
Oh, it's a Glaive for sure?
Yeah, higher. Must be higher.
Higher than the leash?
Alright. Yeah, let's go for Glaive lower.
Yeah, Glaive lower.
Oh, it's grand final actually.
Oh, Apex played almost every major, no? Yeah, he also has the older trophies as well. I think like Clan Mystic and stuff. This is tough. This is tough.
My first thought was lower.
Apex lower than Glaive?
Yeah, watch out.
Mine was higher. I'll go with Apex higher.
Tessus is quite young. He's like 21 or 22, and it's just physically impossible for him to attend more majors than Apex, right?
For sure.
Lower,
yeah. Okay. Tessus has he wasn't playing majors before Heroic. When did Tessus join Heroic? Like 2020, right?
So higher?
Higher.
We're speedrunning this one.
Going good. Dexter.
Lower, right?
Yeah, Dexter's only played one major, maybe.
I think Dexter hasn't been to a major.
He has last one, but he's
Antwerp?
So lower? Dexter lower.
If I will had a Rio major that was in 2019, maybe we will be on the same.
Mr. Tapson.
We got Tapson, Dexter, so obviously. Yeah, higher.
Last one. Finally an NA player, Grim.
And the last one.
We got Grim, Tapson.
But also lower. The fastest one in history, huh?
We are back once again. It's the second half, second map. We've got Astralis up against OG. And with a 1 map lead for OG, the second half on Mirage is going to be everything for Astralis. They really fought. Glaive has been battling to get his team back into the mix of things. They must win this half. They have to get to a third map. This is a huge day for Astralis, and they just need it. There's no slowing down right now.
Yeah, this is a game where you really need to get some positive vibes going. Let's see if they can close it out, bring it right back. Down 1 round into the pistol, 2 smokes put up. They know what's coming. Pop out of the holes as well. There's the dualies from Glaive. Nice double kill straight to the domes of Neofrag and Flames. Finally responded upon, and responded upon in a big way. Dexter's gonna keep pushing. Eventually goes down, and we're in a 2-on-2.
So much aggression. You could tell the bloodlust there once he had the fight going. He just wanted to keep it up. Flashbangs are all gone. Oh, what a nice peek from Fiku. And that means now they only have to worry about Config. And now that they know where he is, there's no kit, no smoke yet. They don't even have to fight him. It's a 10-second defuse. Don't give him the chance here. Flash is amazing, but even then, leave him alone. He is never going to be able to get this bomb defused. Fiku toying with him a little bit, just peeking with the shoulder, and Config's realizing there's no way. Just save the armor if you can and try and walk away from it. Maybe get a couple of parting kills. You can buy some more in the next round. Get one of those FAMASs perhaps if you can keep it up. Nice attempt, but Nexa will find him at the end. And it's OG to win the pistol in the second half.
Yeah, what a great recovery after the 2 kills from Glaive. God, that if you're Glaive and you go down there, you feel like I've done my job. This should be a win for them, but Dexter's just a beast. Look at that one. Cleans up Farlig. Someone from Astralis trying to come through the smoke and just gets absolutely deleted. I believe that was Blame F. Tough round. Okay, just noises now.
Almost choo-choo sounds, which I like. I appreciate that. Maybe get some Thomas the Tank Engine memes going. My favorite. It's a personal favorite of mine.
It sounds so stupid.
It's
towards the B bombs that we go. Stop. I don't want to hear it.
No, it's all right.
I don't want to hear it. 2 players inside the site make that 1. Good control from Dexter. Farlig peeks out with the USB. He goes down as well. Dexter's feeling precise. And that's the site, as Blame F says, I want nothing to do with it. I'll save this P250.
Just to rewind a little bit, the shot that Dexter got the second kill, that was first bullet Glock, right? He got Glaive eventually, and then he spun around and fired 1 bullet towards CT spawn, and I think that was what killed Blame F, maybe? It's so ridiculous.
That was Farlig, and he'd been tagged up by Fiku already, I believe.
Okay,
so, yeah, it was a 1 bullet shot straight to the dome, but yeah, he'd already been damaged. Yeah,
crazy.
Still pretty nasty. Sometimes the Glock just like works out in your favor.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Got like a wide variety band there. Like you don't really know what you're getting. Like sometimes you keep shooting and nothing happens.
Sometimes that goosh is just instant every player you look at.
Yeah.
Just like the Deagle. Sometimes with the Deagle, you watch players and you see a sequence and they get that first headshot and you really like feel the momentum. Be like, they're like, this Deagle feels on.
It's been calibrated perfectly. 7 to 10. 3-round gap. Money back in the hands of Astralis. It's finally to open up the round onto Dexter, and this is a critical round. Oh, Nexa, he's so close, and he nearly uses the momentum. He nearly gets a double entry, and that would have been everything. Awkward Molotov to force Flames out. That's a friendly Molotov, so could be a little bit sketchy. Nice counter flash as well, and Config will clean it up with a double.
Yeah, some missed timings there for OG. Got a little bit disorganized, but if Nexa had been able to get that second kill onto Farlig with that MAC-10, been able to transfer it over, that would have been something special. That would have really thrown this round to hell for Astralis. Because he gets this kill, and there's no defender here. Then you have an attacker in that position, and Astralis' defense has to play things much differently. So that is very narrow to being a tough situation for Astralis to handle.
Rugganut, supremely happy with the round. Oh, timing is good. Difficult spray when someone is jumping past like that, but Config's going to be found at the start of the round, so they're definitely going to take that. 4 on 5 to begin the 19th round with. And more than anything, OG want to make absolutely sure Astralis never have the comfort of having, well, the AWP on Farlig and just all of the rifles. That did happen at one point on Ancient, where they had those on the T side, but Astralis had that huge bank.
Yeah.
And they could keep buying 3 or 4 rounds in a row.
Ooh, that's a brutal nade. 55 damage. Actually, another HE tossed over to him. Blame F's going to do it again. If Flames had stuck around, likely would have been dead, but he's moved out of that position due to the damage he's taken. You're exactly right. If you're OG, you're feeling like, maybe not a breaking point, but you're like, we can apply a lot of pressure economically if we can win this round. Glaive is actually stuck in no man's land for the moment. He might get caught in an awkward position, but it's Neo-Frag instead. Fiku, Glaive never realized it. Good trade. Ooh, through the smoke, he's almost got Farlig. He's almost got him, low HP. Farlig's able to get into the bomb site, and Blame F is able to hold on to Top Con.
How is he still alive back here? 40 seconds, and it is a 3-on-3. They're starting to get the bomb up as well, though. That A-ramp. They find him, yeah, he's dead. Just didn't have the health to take any fight. Blame F is going to be found eventually. Nexa, slightly awkward start to that battle. Sip, I don't think it's worth it, though. They just don't have the depth of funds here.
You know, you need the money, because Farlig can buy, Glaive can buy his own. Zipex, I think, should be able to drop something, maybe a FAMAS. And he's got no kit. And now he's in the crappy situation where he's boxed in.
Even escaping could be difficult.
It's a triangle of doom.
He has picked up a kid in the meantime, so he's a tiny bit of money recovered, and assuming he can still escape the round, maybe that is something. They're not going to be running far enough away for him to just sneak onto the site and get a defuse. Those are so rare. It feels like whenever it happens, all pro players are just so worried about it happening again that they keep checking forever. But every once in a while, once every 1,000 games or so.
Yeah, there's at least an admirable attempt.
Yeah. Not like...
It's usually G2.
Yeah, well, let's not. Back in the day, you could just throw a smoke in the bomb site, and everyone was so stupid that no one checked it, and you would sit inside your own smoke. And,
yeah.
You know, walk out and defuse it.
Yeah, nobody lets those shenanigans happen anymore.
That's not a thing anymore.
Good round from OG, 11-8. Not only the scoreboard, but they've got the breaking point now. They can really pile it on Astralis. They can really lay out the red carpet for a nice 2-0.
Yeah, they're taking some steps in the right direction. They really are. And some of the key features for Astralis here, config. Even if he's getting more kills than he was in the beginning, to 10, so he's made up for it. You know, he was at 1-7 at one point. You know, really sort of having a hard time. It's not the config that'll take over a game. That's what we need. That's what they need to battle OG at this point in time.
Yeah, I think that's like kind of one of the great like unspoken factors of this Astralis team is individually all these players just seem lost in all the stresses and all the frustrations of not being able to find a solution to some of the issues they're having, and it just feels like individually everyone's playing at, you know, like 75% of their true potential.
Yeah.
A lot of fire on the balcony. Flames living up to his name in an unfortunate fashion.
But again, that's a friendly Molotov. Last time he jumped into it, this time he didn't take damage from it, but it stopped him from going anywhere. And it didn't seem like that was part of the plan because he kind of was awkwardly just stood there.
OG need to get this bomb planted like right now, and they've like lost the ability. They've been stalled out entirely. There's no more smokes jumping over. Dexter's got to provide an opening somehow, but I have no idea how he's going to do it. Astralis is just so patient, and look at the HP of all these players on OG. How the hell are you going to get back into this round? Good trades from Config. Neofrag's the only one left.
Yep, hoping for one more kill, but it's not going to happen. Sip will take him down. Good double from Config. And yeah, as soon as they realize they can't get a bomb plant, I even appreciate the idea of trying to move forward. But obviously what you're hoping moving in towards jungle like this is that maybe there's 3 people in CT spawn and only 2 people towards jungle and connector, and you can win the battle straight up there. But 3 people waiting around that area, just way too much to handle when you've only got a couple of people moving in. So good job on Astralis. That was definitely one of the breaking points, and instead, it's OG back on pistols. Deagle on Dexter, though. And one on Neofrag. Should be insignificant to the outcome of the round. Not really worth it.
Not at all.
Just let them be if they're going to be...
Let them chill.
Yeah.
Let them have their powwow.
Going to be up here anyway, then... Yeah, you're not risking anything, you're not giving anything away.
One deal shot would be great here, though. Although this is a near impossible position to actually clear. But if you get that one dig onto Zipix, there's not really any other defense. The next closest is Config over at Catwalk, and maybe you can at least get a bomb plant.
Flames hoping to get Config anyway. Nice shot. Can they find Sip as well? He's down by the bench.
Do it, baby.
Yeah, they might as well do it quickly now because more backup is going to be showing up. And there we go. Flames with another bang-out shot. 3 versus 3. And at least they made it a bit expensive. But unfortunately, the bomb is kind of stuck in a weird position. Oh, the Glock comes running in and catching Blameff. What a ridiculous play. And now Flames... Could he get a third one in there? There is a flank coming through. Farlik is walking through the hallways almost in time. Still 30 seconds left, by the way. Are they going to go aggressive? They might try and hunt him down. Flashbang. Oh, it's just a smoke instead. I thought maybe they're going to try and actually go and fight him. There's Farlik from the back and shutting down Nexa. Flames walking through the smoke. He hears him running. Almost catches him by the cash register. There's another headshot. And now it's a 1 versus 1. Flames.
10 seconds.
Brought out the deagle. Yes. 8 seconds now. He's going to go pick up the bomb. He fakes it once. Farlik, he doesn't commit to it, and now he just has to hold it in. He can just barely get the bomb down, and he makes his escape. 2 bullets left. Yep, time for a reload. Farlik comes up in flames. He swings, and he gets it. Absolutely godlike.
That's an unbelievable round. What the hell is going on with this guy? At this event, this is wild. This should be an unwinnable round. Remember, 2 deagles picked up. That's it. No utility, no armor. This is all flames. What a god.
Can't believe it. This feels a little bit like that the other round on Ancient where they were just saving, whereas like if you're not even meant to do much of anything.
Oh, that's a kick in the dick.
It truly is.
Fucking.
He's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Oh my lord. I cannot believe that that just happened. That's one of the most disgusting rounds I've seen in a while.
It's made worse by the fact that you can almost feel the tidal wave coming, like you know,
the stomach ache.
Like for a minute you're just on the beach and the water is like pulling back and you're like, ah, this is nice, like nice view, and then whole village is gone, Jason.
Okay, so just village lost to the tide, not even a flood. Why'd you build it there in the first place?
Yeah.
Shout out to New Orleans. Here we go, Dexter.
Oh, they don't have anything to even rebuild the village. No, they're out of funds.
There's a gap in that smoke. That could have been really dangerous.
$19 kills on Dexter, 17 on Flames, and then 15, 14-ish for the rest. They are a really powerful unit right now, OG. It's... I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen them yet in this tournament show real weakness. Even in maps that they've lost, they still look so powerful. Dexter, dinked up, low on health, but still gets a shot on Zip, and yeah, good read.
Zipix even heard that dink, and that's what pulled him into the fight, and he didn't even get a chance to really battle at it. Good shot from Dexter again, negating all the damage. Finally goes down to Config, but no way to build on top of it. BlameF left in this flank. It's only a matter of time before the alarm bells start going off inside of OG, and Fiku's gonna check it.
Yeah. Good little jump. If ever there was a chance, you at least needed the instant 1 versus 2 from sneaking up behind, but gonna be walking away. Maybe down to watch a little bit of television. Not even. That's when you know you're in a tough spot, when not even TV will cheer you up.
No.
I don't think... Do kids watch TV anymore? I don't think they do.
I mean, you gotta have something to watch Netflix on. I guess technically they're watching TV.
I don't know, does that count if you're watching your computer? It's not the same, is it? I don't know. Regardless, OG seemed to be right back in the swing of things. But again, I know we've put so much weight on this, but it's just that for Astralis, right? Given the qualifying match for the major, they seem so distraught in this one that the reset's going to be so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, losing is one thing. I mean, and then you get into a round where you just...
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's like they don't even have like a fighting chance. Like, I mean, you lose that round to Flames, right, with the Deagle and the AK-47. That is so crushing to just help you get back into a game like that. There's nothing you can really do to recover from a round like that.
And also, the losing team will have to play FaZe tomorrow. So
that's right. My word. Astralis in for a very rough weekend.
It feels like it at the moment. Finally get it back here alone inside of the bomb site. He's got absolutely no help. Flames up the ladder. Still getting the kill on Farlig eventually.
Taking all the attention away, giving away the information of his position and making sure Farlig has a hard time tracking him. So, I mean, at the very least, doing something to make that easier. Config close up with the SMG. Gonna pull the trigger. They line up. Double kill for him. And a flashbang to slow things down afterwards. That is a fighting chance now for Astralis.
Yeah, might even be a decent chance at the moment. Nexus almost dead. He's trapped in there. Dexter up close with the AWP. Pulls out the Deagle, but he can't find the shot. And again, Nexus is just a bullet away. There should be nothing you do. No bomb plan either, so... what a round from Config here. Ends up with a quad kill. That SMG paying for itself in a huge way. They should have not won this round at all. But I guess they deserve to get one back.
They want to take over CT spawn, right? They get stopped by this reload, and that, I mean, that's just perfect. And remember, that's a position where there's just so little cover based off players being in con, based off players being in jungle or peeking from jungle. Like, there's only really that one little corner. Yeah, and you could see the frustration. He's saying, peek, we can't both be here. We can't both be in this spot. Config saves the day. So a little bit of life for Astralis. Another boost from Dexter.
Nexa going down. Nice aggressive move from BlameF. Oh, but he walks right into it. He had the right read. He was going to go check that, but smoke just slightly make it a little bit awkward. Maybe his bottom of his shoes joining now. That's very awkward. He's lost his damn mind, Jason. Oh, so is Config.
Yep.
This is the Config we want. We need this version of Config back. They need it badly, but Flames. Is it possible that it's in his contract? He signed a contract for his life that he has to get double kills, and so he's like every round he's like, please.
It's so dumb.
Let's see. Sit back in. They're low on health, and there is a minute, so he's gonna go check middle, not see anyone. Might be. How does he read where they're going? From his point of view, they've just left.
Well, this is where he's built his career. Situations like this, high pressure. Look, it's great having a config in this kind of performance with the double kill he puts into the board. I'm not sure what that was, but this is so freakishly gross. Like, your form of config doesn't matter if Flames just deletes you like that, and even BlameF has to give a little bit of respect in the round. Now, Xyp9x has read the situation perfectly. He's over here in market. He has the right read, and they're low on health.
Yeah, they do have a Molotov to get a little bit of safety behind that bomb plant. Smoke as well. So at least they get that much. Now, he has a smoke of his own, and that's a huge tool if you want to try and force out the fight, especially if you could turn it into a 1 versus 1. Already creeping around. Got the right idea on one of them. Second one of the hallways. That's probably not a surprise, but he's so exposed out here. If he takes this fight early and they just double peek him, it's a disaster. Sneaking through, one still back here, and he misses the initial shot. He probably needs to get it almost immediately. He still will. Oh my god, that is a great 180 spin. And a little bit of life shown here from the clutch minister himself.
Yeah, huge save. An absolutely massive save. And that's maybe one of those scenarios where NeoFrag just should have played individually, let his teammate die there, not overextend and play with the bomb. Remember, with the bomb planted in this fashion with it running down, it's essentially a 3 versus 1. So maybe a little bit early for the pounce for NeoFrag, but you can understand the idea. It was him. We asked who yesterday had the strong Corva. It's definitely him.
Yeah, he's perfected it.
Yep.
Now, there's a online lesson I'd pay some money for, you know, language lesson, just to get it perfect, get the R's rolling.
Sure.
Really strong word. Anyway, we're seeing the coaches really involved here during the timeout. Everything is on the line at the moment. With I think you're right. With the time that was left, NeoFrag definitely could have ducked back down in and just said, "All right, that's it. Like you even if you smoke it off, I'll have a lot of time, and you don't have that much time to fake it."
I mean, it's hard, and again, that's again a little bit more of a nitpicking on the situation, because he could have also been saying, okay, Xyp9x has got that kill, he's going to be hustling back to tap the bomb to try and pull me out. If I peek right now, he's not going to be expecting it. He'll be looking for the bomb. You know, there's a whole host of thoughts that go through your mind in that moment, and it's got to be a split-second decision.
Careful now. Don't want to be losing to the Deagles. Good job from BlameF. Following it up and taking down Nexa. NeoFrag going to be found here. Dexter in flames. By the way, Dexter's up to 23 kills, so he's sort of quietly taken over everybody at this point in time, which is kind of cool. But it's a really good chance. Should be Astralis here at 12-13. That's a great catch-up. They still have a shot at doing this. They can still get us onto Inferno, which we deserve.
Dexter heard the op scope. Gonna turn, he should be able to find BlameF, but that aggressive push doesn't let him save his teammate. Never even got to worry about the ult back in CT spawn. 1 round back is Astralis.
Yeah, they're getting close. You could see that, you can read the stress in their faces right now. They are there's a veteran roster in some way. I mean, maybe not the roster itself, but in terms of the amount of years collectively have been played Counter-Strike here on the Astralis side, right? It's absolutely absurd.
That's part of what makes it so absurd that they're still fighting for a spot in the major, which is
I know.
Just a crazy thought. And the legacy of the Astralis as an organization.
Yeah, but you also think they've been under this kind of stress many, many times throughout their careers, so you have to assume that they can remember what it's like and try and dig themselves out from under. Almost the flick on Farlick. It's a nice attempt. Oh, and Flames with the opening just up on the back of that bench. He's ready for this one, too. That is such an extreme angle.
What are you supposed to do against this guy?
Like, he was reading the future, dude.
Yeah, maybe. He might actually be the one. That would have been the perfect example. 5-on-3. Dexter might be top of the scoreboard, but Flames is just unreal. Zipix pushed all the way up. No flashbang on Dexter. It's got to be a hard clear from Flames. He does it, but he can't win the fight. Zipix is trapped, though.
Yep, has to stick around. That's very awkward. Good smoke, though. 45 seconds. That'll really slow
Push
them
from
down.
config. Push from config. This is huge. Fiku's ready for it. Shuts him down.
You're right. That would have been the round-winning move. And now they're going to be finding Glaive. So even if Sip, I like everything about that. Winning the fight, putting up the smoke, buying a little bit of time for config, but they needed that little flank to work out.
And it would have been very easy to get caught by config there. You got to give props over to Fiku finding that kill, just being ready for the next fight that was going to follow up once they got stalled out. He very easily could have just been a little lazy turning that corner.
Well, they want to take the AK, although that's becoming an expensive run here. They don't have any money really on the OG side, so at this point, they might just slow it down.
Yeah.
Some cash still on Astralis, so the AK is going to make a huge difference, but OG cannot afford to just throw everything away.
Yeah, I think actually those two weapons, that was maybe a little overeager on this hunt. You can understand why they went for it, but this is going to punish them massively going into the next round. Especially because, as you mentioned, with the money built up behind Astralis, it's going to be another very strong buy for the CT side. Not out of it just yet.
14 rounds on OG. They're not that far away, but economically, all it takes is one tiny slip up here, and it's done for. This is such a good peak, but the follow-up here is so crazy.
I know, it's just disgusting. BlameF is probably never in any world expecting a peak from that angle.
No. And the certainty of the peak as well is like, oh, you know, you didn't just back into the corner and realize there was a fight. You actually, you planned it.
This round is everything. Astralis can be knocked down to the last chance against FaZe right here. If they can't win this round, they'll be out of money. And Config with a 4-on-5 is going to feel the pressure to make a play. That's exactly what Fiku's hoping for. Here it comes. Good find. Good find from Config.
Yeah, absolutely essential. The bomb quite far back. Not that Config's going to go find it, but you've got to be a little bit careful. That's almost 3 people peeking that angle. One of them behind the box and a bomb site, but Glaive is going to be winning the fight against Dexter. A little bit of an awkward off angle there for Sip. Molotov will force him back out, and he almost had it. If not for the flashbang, he might have been able to actually find that kill. Instead, it's Flames with one on Sip. And usually when it comes to Flames, when there's one, there's got to be one followed up as well. Does he see it? He does, and he'll take down Config. Eventually will fall, but Glaive, 1 versus 2, and the bomb planted. What do you even do? You almost have to just go for it.
And his position given up as well.
Yeah.
And he's got to do it quick. He's got no kit, but he does have 23 kills. He's been the hot hand for Astralis, and now he's got information on Nexa.
Yeah, he sees one. That's absolutely massive. And we'll see. There's a kit on the ground at least, so a little bit more time being gained. Walks right over it. 23 kills on Glaive. Looking for a quad kill clutch here. He's going to fake it out once with the smoke on top. He's a long time away from getting that kill. And Nexa instead will take him down. So close, but not close enough. If he would have got it, the other player would have been on the other side of the smoke, and maybe he could have gone for that defuse, but it is 15 on the side of OG.
This is the equalizing kill from Config in that Palace push. That was a nice start. Yeah, he's a little bit surprised that Config was able to see him that early, but Flames again with a double kill. The position from Config is great, pushing in front of the smoke to catch him off guard, but couldn't find the first kill clean enough. 3 chances for OG to take this series, to knock Astralis down and start their day in a very rough way.
Yeah, true indeed. 15-12, and almost just what Deagles and Scout here to play with to try and bring it into overtime. I think it's possible, Jason, that they are saving strats for the major. I'm sorry.
That's cruel.
I'm sorry.
Saving strats for the major qualifier.
There we go.
The qualifier to the major qualifier.
I like it.
The 4th pre-qualifier to the major qualifier.
saving strats, maybe so that FaZe don't know.
It's a long-term plan.
28th round. We need more than just a miracle here for the Astralis side. A whole string of them, a whole cluster of miracles if possible. The damage on a Farley to begin with. Trying to get that early Deagle shot off. Config is in here as well. Definitely has some great Deagle highlights in his career, Config. Now is the time, and he's back up to 20 kills again. Started this with 1-7 scoreline at one point early on in the map here. So good little recovery. Yes, nice shots. Flames out of the round.
That's the first one.
Yeah, do it. Give us another one.
Still going to be a tough round with just Deagles. OG still encroaching towards this B bomb site. There's a kill from Nex, actually. Everyone's coming over. You're never going to expect Config beneath you. Trade it off. Bomb hits the deck, but it's close to the site. Two players here, one in Market and Zipix on the backside of the site. They've got to protect him, but they can't with just the Deagle. Glaive can't get it done. Bomb going down, and yeah, right in the perfect moment.
Oh, and a jump out Glaive. He wanted to use that bomb being planted as a moment where you knew one of those three players wasn't going to be looking, and in the end, it'll be OG to shut down Astralis. 2 maps is what it took, and that'll send him to the last chance qualifier, and a very, very rough start to this day as well for the Danish squad.
What an impressive OG squad that we've had here in the fall groups. This has been a revelation of this roster coming together. Obviously, Flames and Neofrag made this team dangerous. Dexter seems to have brought them to a whole new level. That's, I mean, yesterday's win was incredible over FaZe. This was spicy over Astralis, and for a long day for the Danish team to qualify for the major still, as we referenced a couple of times. They have a best of 3 later on just to see if they can get to the RMR, just to see if they can qualify for it. And they've got a tough day. They've got to reset in a massive, massive way. We've got Banks. He's ready for an interview with the winners.
He left me. He went to go fist bump, you know? I guess he's being very respectful of that one. I did literally have him by the side of me. Everyone else has stayed with me, I guess. FIQ, come on, you left me alone. We're live, we're live, we're live. I know you're very hyped, I know you're very happy, you have a big smile on your face, but in the opening part of groups, you did not win a single map, right? Now you've gone the longest route. First, you had to take down Complexity, then FaZe yesterday, and now Astralis. That is one incredible run, but what changed between the first start of groups to what you have now?
Like, we had a talk, like big talk, about how we want to play and stuff like that to fix every mistake that we did, like the really basic mistakes that we did. We didn't communicate well and stuff like that. So we were like talking each other and in the group how we want to play, so we can like know each other better as well and stuff like that.
Well, these improvements have certainly shown, but I want to ask you as well, you're Ancient, you beat some of the best teams on it. Are you guys the best Ancient team in the world right now?
Yes.
Your coach is agreeing as well, he's always saying that. Now, when it comes to that Mirage though, you played on it before. Mirage has been probably the best map for Astralis overall. Did you have a lot you were able to take away from the first time you played? Did you have a lot you learned?
Like, as I said, like we, for example, when we played Mirage versus FaZe as well, like we had 2-7 and we just stopped talking, like communicate, and it's like we won't win without communication, right? So we were talking mostly about communication, and now even we had like tight scores or we are losing a bit, we are still talking and we're trying to keep the spirit in the team. So I think it's important. That's why we won probably.
And one thing I'll say as well, and I'm looking at you guys here, you guys have so much energy. This is this enjoyment for playing Counter-Strike. Is that how it feels when you're in?
Yeah.
There we go. Just, yeah, that's the way you get it done. Well, FIQ, you've made it all the way to the full finals. You'll be there in the Royal Arena. You had a great showing at Lisbon as well. Is this the OG that's going to show up all the way? Do you think you can go even further than what we're seeing here?
I hope so.
I hope so. Let's see if you do. FIQ, thank you very much for your time, man.